This is Roma Reacts, a series where I watch patron-submitted videos with all of you guys, and the first video is sent in by Scenic Season, and it says, Late Merry Christmas, 6 reads by Monolithia. Let's check it out. Oh lord. Okay. Okay, Vaughn, okay. I guess all the characters in the thumbnail are gonna be singing. Oh my god, that's adorable. Never has an Archon looked so adorable. Of course, we give the saddest song to Xiao. Of course. Yeah, like, these type of videos, like, always, like, really, like, interest me, just in the sense of, like, seeing all the characters, like, out of their comfort zone of the game, right? Because, like, in the game, we have them, like, Genshin takes the story very seriously, and I love that. But it's always cool to see what fans come up with about the characters outside of that, you know? Look at that. That's an Archon right there. That's a god. That's a god. We're witnessing a god. Good vocals, Xiao. It's a very sweet video, right? It's a very sweet video. And there's Aether. No, that's very sweet. That's very sweet. Again, like, those type of videos are so sweet to me just because of, like, seeing the characters in a completely different light than you usually would see. And I think it's just always like something we like about Rome Reacts. Like, when we see them in different outfits, we see them, like, doing different animations, we see them comedically doing stuff, whether it be, like, you know, these type of animations or actual, like hand-drawn stuff. It's always, like, really, really fun to see. It's so fun to see. It said don't repost. But I think they usually mean don't repost when it's, like, because sometimes I'll get videos that say don't react to this, and that's, you know, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Don't repost, I think, just means don't, like, post it again somewhere else. If the creator's watching this and you want to get in touch with me and just be like, even, like, write a comment and be like, hey, like, can you, like, not, or cut it out of the video, or you can take the ad revenue, claim in the video. You can claim the video all you want and take whatever you can get from this as well if you'd like. Even though I don't think they'd probably care about ad revenue because this video is, you know, doing quite well. But yeah, let me know. But yeah, I love this type of stuff. I really do. It's really, really freaking fun. It's always really, really jolly seeing these characters like this. But also, like, I love how they, like, kind of, like, adapted to their personalities quite well. Xiao, who was, like, such a sweetheart, was singing the saddest song and looking eye to eye, looking shifty eyes side to side for, like, I guess, encouragement from people around him. Really adorable. Really adorable. Thank you so much for sending in Scenic Season. And yes, Happy New Year, everyone. It's going to be the New Year today by the time you're watching, so I'm recording a little bit earlier. It's also Zhongli's birthday, which is pretty cool, which I found out. That's awesome. The next video is sent in by Cosmic Calif, and it's the Xianyun demo, Unfettered as the Wind. Let's check it out.
For a modern heroine, we need a modern weapon.
Quite.
The likes
Shenhe.
of swords, staffs, spears, bows
Got
are
you.
ubiquitous in opera.
Look at this. They're so amazing.
Original.
They're so amazing. So incredible.
Gusto?
And of course they're in their mother's demo. That's awesome. We were here in a video a couple of weeks back, and it's still one of the prettiest places in all of Genshin. Very detailed design, right? Music is beautiful, stunning. She had a very interesting moveset, didn't she, when we were playing as her, when we got to play as her in the trials during her story quest. Such a cool move. This music is stunning.
Gusto aside, she must also be an exceptional inventress.
Yeah?
Few can master martial arts in a lifetime, yet to invent is to change lives.
Look at that, the bird's all flying up behind her.
The better part of valor.
Stop.
I can't use any of this in the script.
Oh,
She's
okay.
utterly ridiculous. An inventress? What a load of...
You have no idea how important an adventuress could be. How powerful an adventuress could be. Holy freaking hell! All the way over there?
Jump!
She's coaching her. Oh my god, that was so sick. That was one of the sickest things to ever jump. Look at this, watch. Telling her to jump at the exact right moment.
Jump!
That's sick. That's so sick. No, she's so cool.
Have I convinced you yet?
That's the thing. It's like
Absolutely.
she's over the tree.
Put me down from here, please.
No, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, what's so sick about that, like, is the I guess the like the deceptiveness to me that came from this girl, which was like, oh, like, you know, an adventuress? Who cares about an adventuress? Like, why would I care about that? Like, you know, because again, if you heard it from you're like an adventuress, right? But this is an adepti who puts so much value on her inventions as well. But like this demo here, not only showed out the moveset as it usually does, it had this amazing music, this amazing visual style, showed her daughters off as well. It also like showed Xianyun's, like, that we learned through the story quest and through knowing the Cloud Retainer so far, is that there is a like duty that they take upon themselves. And even there, like, defending this girl, even though she was insulted, like, turns around and goes like, no, I'm not, like, you know, I'm not insulted, but you don't even turn down. And even that's like, no, well, I don't care if you turn me down for your little project. It doesn't matter whatsoever. I'm still going to save you. And that's what an adepti really does. And that's why the adepti in the game are like one of my favorite things about. Now, here's the thing. Like, I think that's like not just like every adepti, because as Xianyun has talked about, there's a few adepti who kind of like, you know, just sit on their butts sometimes and they're waiting for stuff to happen, which, you know, they've earned that as well. But what I really like about Xianyun is that Xianyun is like so like deceptively powerful and deceptively nice, and you'll see it all in this demo as well. I really think it's really cool. Obviously, like, you know, my favorite adepti is Xiao, so like I have a lot of respect for adepti, so maybe I'm a bit biased when it comes to adepti. Yeah, really neat stuff as well from Xianyun, a character whose story quest was absolutely fantastic, really awesome. Thank you so much for sending in a Cosmic Hello. The next video is sent in by Alligator, and it is the EXO Universe music video. Let's check it out. Can I say that, you know, the music video MV, like, there was like legitimately like a thing where like I would like for years I was like, what's an MV? You know what I mean? But it's like, oh, it's music video. Like, I felt so dumb like years and years ago. I think maybe like even like sometimes like you guys still have to explain some stuff to me where I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, that's it still happens that way. Let's check this out. It's interesting as well that we're doing Rome Reacts again, and it wouldn't be Rome Reacts anymore without K-pop, would it? Would it? Buzz cut. Again, EXO always has very strong symbolic visuals, is what we've learned so far. Gorgeous hair. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're seeing a tying of a knot in the background as well. The color tones in this as well are like beige, right? It's like almost like coffee itself, right? It's like a lot of the color tones you've seen so far in this video are very like neutral. Is that the proper word I'm looking for when it comes to this stuff? Maybe. The fingers intertwined kind of like the rope as well, right? This is gorgeous. Oh my god, the coffee cups as well. Yeah, this one, like, this is it, like, right? Like, obviously, like, the EXO videos have been very good at symbolism, right? We've seen that a million times already. But, like, I love a good shot. Like, I love when we see a good shot in anything like this. And this is stunning. It's simplistic. The color tones all match. It's so sick. It's so sick. Great shot. Honestly, great shot. So it's interesting, like the ropes are tied around him now, whereas I was thinking that the hands tied together were like the rope as well. So I wonder if it's like a connection that is like, yeah, you do feel connected, but also at the same time, like maybe like trying to find that connection makes you feel a little bit like trapped. Which like I could totally get that idea. Like, you know, if you're trying to, you know, find someone or get connected with someone, it can also feel like you are kind of like a little bit trapped, I guess. Like there's a wall in front of you almost, or in this case, like ropes wrapped around you. I haven't had coffee in so long. And there's the ropes again, right? It's tangled together like it's all a tangled mess or something. Okay, that's just sweet as heck. Okay. Okay, you could have lingered a bit. Again, such a cool shot. I'm sorry for pausing it. There's so much symbolism of like tangledness and like tied together and like awkward like tangledness, right? Which is so interesting to me. Great shot again. Really good shot. This suit is immaculate, by the way. I need it. Oh wow. Like the coffee as well, right? And he's still running. Yeah, the vocals are always strong as well, by the way. It like goes without saying at this stage. The coffee, yeah, the coffee stuff. This time saying, hey, you take it. Yes, the vocals are so strong. They're so strong. That's another struggle. It's getting off your freaking top, man. I like, you know, that can be, especially when you have a big jumper. I love the color tones so for me. I love this. I love the color tones so much. Very, very pretty. All very pretty. All very, very pretty. Yeah, that's cool. Look at the camera. That's cool. That's cool as heck. Now, like, obviously, like, for me, when it comes to, like, symbolism and stuff like this, like, I'm not, like, always, like, you know, gonna know, especially when there's no subtitles, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like, you know, as we said before, one of the things that's really good about music in general is that, like, it can be a universal language, and I really feel like that is the case when it comes to a lot of the music videos we watch here. Because even if, like, you don't have subtitles, you still have, you know, the emotions behind, like, you can still feel the same way people do, even if you don't even understand the music. You know, I hear it all the time where it's like people are like, oh, you don't understand, you know, this band's, they're a foreign band. How do you connect with them? And I really feel like, you know, life is not, like, especially with music, it's not just about, like, connecting through the same language. It is the same language, but the same language is music, right? Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism of, like either things being tied up, things being a struggle, right? Where it be the fingers intertwined. It's like, hey, we're holding hands, but, like, it's also, like, awkward. Like, it's not perfect. Like, I'm still, like, trying to find that perfectness. I'm trying to untie the knot's tying around me. But also, like, the milk going into the coffee. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. Like, you know what I mean? An alligator can definitely correct me, no problem. And you guys can as well. Like, when milk is added to coffee or tea, like, for me, when I drink tea, when I add milk to tea, it like, you could say it dilutes the tea. And some people might say that, right? It like, it dilutes the tea a bit. When I add my milk to my breakfast tea and it goes into like the tea and it mixes together, it creates something that like is like a totally new thing. It's like a totally new thing. And it almost feels like it is like going into someone else's like quote unquote universe, right? Like it's milk going into the universe of the tea, creating something absolutely new as well. Yeah, I love the color tones. I love the symbolism always, like, even though I don't always understand it. 55 million views. What the hell? You know what? Makes sense, actually. You know what? I'm not going to even argue that. Not going to argue that at all. Yeah, but like, thank you so much for sending Alligator. It's always really cool seeing this stuff. It is nice. I love music just because it is like a universal language, and I stand by that always. It is universal how I feel about music. It crosses every bit of language barrier that there is. It really does. I listen to like, say, for me, like the first foreign bands I would listen to all like sung in English, like, Him from Finland, like they were always in English, so like it obviously it didn't feel like the same thing at all. But I'm trying to think of the first band that I listened to that was in a different language entirely. Well, actually, you know what it probably is? It's like listening to music in JRPGs when I was a kid, like, when there would be in like a different language. Like, you still felt something as those singers were singing. You still felt something. It didn't need to be in English. And it's really cool to have that feeling. I think so anyway. Yeah, great music video. Great music video. Let's check out the next video. Thank you so much, Alligator. The next video is sent in by Leon. And here's the last of the few JoJo edits. I recommend listening out for the lyrics because it truly has some good stuff there. As always, there's a trivia section at the end, and I hope you enjoyed a little bit of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You've seen absolutely one of my favorite anime, and I love sharing the most normal parts of it because everything else is batshit. That's the thing. It's like with JoJo, like, again, I'm very like, because I think someone recently was like Calvin's never seen JoJo. That's crazy. And it's like, yeah, like, I feel like a lot of times there's so many like things, like the reason why this channel has worked for me, I think, is because I watch things in my periphery, and if it's something I'm not watching or not like watching at the moment, I won't even like glance at it. Like, I don't even glance at stuff like that, which is why like I feel like this channel works so well, because like before I played Genshin, for example, didn't even look at Genshin. We're playing Slay. We just finished Slay the Princess. The first one is Slay the Princess, and I'm not even looking. I don't even like look in the direction of anything that was Slay the Princess beforehand. Same with Stardew Valley. It's like, I'm not playing Stardew, so why would I even look in the direction of anything Stardew Valley? You know what I mean? Just the way I do things, like, and so I really do like find it like that I avoid a lot of like spoilers or like context for a lot of stuff. Besides memes, I suppose. Let's check it out. Nice colors. Very nice colors.
Anytime I need to see your face, I just close my eyes and I am taken to a place where your crystal mind and magenta feeling take a chapter.
The colors in this are stunning. Like, the art style itself is stunning. I am in love with the visuals in this one. I want you to know if I need you. Yeah, really stunning visuals. I feel like that type of video is the type of thing that once you watch it, you like for the first time, like you're really freaking hype afterwards. You know what I mean? If you're like a big fan, especially if you've been following the anime, you're like, oh my god, like this is amazing. Like it really is stunning. Wait. Okay. Heck yeah. All right. Right? All right. Nothing else. I was not expecting sensual R&B. I'm not mad. It sounds amazing, but I wasn't expecting it. The last thing I was expecting was sensual R&B. What is that? This is like the type of music that you're just like, you know, it's hard not to like move to, right? The tree going in the background as well, by the way. It's a very cool visual. Freaking You by Jodeci. This is such an interesting song. Like it's just really, it's good R&B, but like I think it's more just the fact that like encased in stone, these vines as well, growing all around them as well. Another interesting visual. Freaking You. Yeah, I wasn't expecting R&B at all. Not that it's a bad thing. Like I just like didn't think we were gonna get like a like again. I like when animes do that though, when they add a song to it that doesn't really feel like it matches, like not that it doesn't match the tone, but like adds a song to like their show that is something you wouldn't expect to add it to it. Like I feel like, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, the season 1 ending, the first ending is like something that like it went viral because like it's so out there and it's such a different song that you'd expect to be in that like anime. And I feel like nowadays like a lot of anime are like doing that more and more, where it's like there's songs that, because usually like I feel like anime for a long time was like rock and hard rock, right? That was like and like some outliers would happen as well, like say like Samurai Champloo, for example, would do like this like really cool hip hop song as well, which is awesome. But I feel like now like anime is like, you know, has like all these different genres in their openings and endings as well, which is really cool. These like monsters encased in like brass. Great vocals on this song as well. Stand up. Wait. This is a crazy visual. I know it's like goes without saying with JoJo. It's a great song, by the way. Great song. Almost like godlike vocals in the background then as well, right? And that's a plane. Yeah, it's like a fight that's happening almost like upwards now. Look. So interesting to me. Like all the endings so far have had these like visuals where it's like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I imagine for the actual show itself, it's like mind blowing when you see her like, oh my God, like, you know, you're like, it's like, cause like right now, like, I'm just like, this is a really sick visual, right? I also feel like endings are underrated, by the way, when it comes to like what people share. Oh, that's like a godlike glow coming behind this character. Are underrated when it comes to stuff like this, because I find that a lot of times endings to shows have a lot, like while openings are supposed to be like, this is the show, what do you think? You're hyped now? You hyped? It's supposed to get you like really hyped to watch the show. The ending is like usually like something that like is the cool down period afterwards. So like when you're watching like you know, if I'm watching Soul Eater and then I watch Maka walk across the screen, you know, do 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 do, like that hits so different if you cried during an episode, right? If I say, why am I watching now? Vinland Saga. Like in the first season, when I was like for the first like 13 or 14 episodes, when I'm sitting there like, you know, like upset after what just happened or like shocked by what just happened, then all you hear is like, you know, the vocals coming in. You're like it hits so differently, right? It's like it has to hit differently. Some great songs here, right? Just like great vocals, great like tones. David carrying this production. Just one dude. Interesting, this is a lot more subdued, right? It's a beautiful song, but again, like it's just like so subdued, right? This is what I'm talking. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You watch an episode where something crazy happens, and you listen to this and afterwards, and you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with my life now? You know. A dreamer? I guess it is showing like kind of like a hopeful like the sun parting the clouds, which is always like a symbol of like something, you know, getting better. Interesting. Okay. Similar outro, but maybe has a few differences. Now it's underwater. Okay. It's interesting, there was no life in the first one. Now there's like, they're showing all these like fish. Well, then I guess like dolphins. It's a really gorgeous song as well. So again, it's like it's like a song that's like talking about like, it's like, it's not only just dreaming about like, you know, big dreams. It's like thinking about the stuff that they would like to do, right? Which could be anything, right? Which could be like, if you're dreaming about the stuff you want to do, like, you know, a lot of people see it as like, well, like they want to be like a singer or they want to be like someone famous. Sometimes when you're dreaming about the stuff you want to do, some people just literally dream about like being able to go out for dinner once a week, no, or once a month or something, or once a year even for some people. Really beautiful stuff. Okay, we're back to I've heard the start of this 1,000,001 times. But this is really cool too, though. It's like, I don't know how you describe this visual, right? How do you describe this? Because like the way I would describe it is like, it's like almost like cut out paper with a star going through the sky, by the way. Which, like, what would you say that means? I think of wishes, I think of the future. So we talked about dreams in the last one, and maybe like something that you wish towards the future as well. Distant Dreamer, there it is. So a lot of this, okay, at least 2 of the songs were about dreams, and there's one about like, you know, it's yeah. Okay. Love the style here. Really love the style here. Wait a second. They said there was. Do you mean trivia? Oh, in the description. Yeah, no, like really, really, really cool stuff. Really, really cool. So again, like the last one there, like it's like almost like a paper cutout, but like a really, really gorgeous anyway. So the trivia is the vocalist for Savage Garden, Darren Hayes, was excited about having their songs as the ending, stating that he's a fan of the series and admiring it. That's awesome. Both Savage Garden and Enigma appear as stands in Stone Ocean and Diamond as Unbreakable, respectively. That's also really cool. Limited versions of Savage Garden, Jodasai, and Enigma's albums that include their song were released with the cover being of the respective JoJo. Oh, so they were really into it. Originally, Araki wanted to use gangster rap, but they decided on Freaking You because Araki is a fan. In the same sentence, he also mentions that one of the members is also called JoJo, and that he might have been a factor. Okay, so they kind of went with the R&B instead. After being chosen as ED for Stone Ocean, Japanese streams increased by 32,000% overnight, while receiving 1.282% increase in streams worldwide. That's amazing. Japanese fans of series flooded Universal Music Japan's uploads of the song, stating how much it moved them, but they believe it's perfect for Jolene, trying to perfectly with her character. I cried like a baby when the roundabout started playing at the end of the Stone Ocean. I'm so for real, bro. I was in shambles and I was ugly crying too, by the way. Isn't that amazing? That we talk about this. I just literally said this. This is what happens with EDs. Like it literally like it evokes so much emotion. It is all the emotions of one episode in one song. Thumbnail is from the second OP of Stone Ocean, Heaven's Fallen Down, version 2. That shows the JoJo and Joestar's family. Yeah, no, really, really cool. I love the freaking idea of being in love. I love the idea of a character. Of celebrities being in love with anime to the point that they are willing to put their respective, as you said, respective JoJo's seasons, I guess, on their album, which is so freaking cool. It's so cool. Thank you so much for sending in, Leon. It's always cool to see this type of stuff, especially since it's a world that I am not familiar with whatsoever, but I appreciate it nevertheless. Thank you so much. I will say, actually, before we go forward with the JoJo thing, actually, because there's obviously a tiny bit more I want to say. First of all, I think that we have a group of endings that are also different to each other. There's clearly a theme of hope going through a few of them as well. But I think above all, it's like the colors are just pretty. The music is really, really good that goes along with it too. I can imagine it, like I said, this blowing my mind when I actually, if I watched it myself. If I was a big fan of JoJo, I imagine that these would blow my mind. Not that, how do I say it? Not that it sounds like I'm like, these weren't mind blowing, but I'm saying in a way that when you watch an ending, which I think you would understand, Leanne, for sure. Thank you so much, Leanne, for sending in. The next video sent in by I Just Hit the Mic. No, it's not their name, is I Just Hit the Mic. By Gnave, and it is the Infinity Nikki official release date announcement trailer. Let's check it out. So I know about this game. People have wanted me to play this game for a while now, and I am. Oh, wow. That was a bit loud. I'm not opposed whatsoever to playing this game. She looks fantastic. So I believe it is a fashion game, right? Which again, not even nearly opposed to playing a game like this. Are you kidding me? This looks super oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, these locations. Oh. I feel like I'm already sold. Oh my god! This looks awesome. This looks so sick. Oh man, I feel like this is amazing. I feel like I desperately want to get into this now. I've heard about it, and some of those things are can I be honest? I thought that because of the way people were talking, I haven't seen any trailers I've only seen the first trailer that would announced it. And I remember everyone when the trailer was announced, everyone was like goatee. It's the goatee. But I've heard here and there, whenever someone mentions it, they're always talking about how it's incredible. They talk about how incredible it is. But this looks awesome. This looks so freaking good. The outfits as well. There's like mini games. So, oh my, that's cool. That's so pretty. Everything's so pretty. Everything is gorgeous. These character designs are impeccable. The song is really great too. It's really fun. What is that? No, the song is so sick. This is a visual feast. This is a visual feast. A visual feast. The music's awesome, right? But like the characters, the designs, the backgrounds, the locations, all the games that they were doing, like the colors of the outfits, like the train, like all of this like was like all just like visually stimulating to the point that I'm like, I feel like I need to try this at some point. I feel like I need to try this at some point. If you guys would be into that, I definitely would try it. I definitely would. And I think as well, like with Infinity Nikki, like I was never like opposed to trying it. Like I said, when it was announced, I was like, oh, this looks really cool. This has a really cool visual to it. And it's one of those things that like I think like everyone who talks about it now, or like whenever I see a passing mention of it, it's always like praise. It's always like very high praise. Yeah, looks stunning. Looks absolutely stunning. I think I would get addicted. I think I would definitely get addicted to this game for sure. For sure. I wonder what like is there like a plot? Is there a story? Is there like different like, or is it just like a kind of like a life simulator? Again, I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into it too much, but I know you can get it on PlayStation 5, which I do have, so we could definitely get it for sure. Thank you so much for sending in, Xianyun. It's always awesome seeing game trailers, especially for games I haven't played yet. I would definitely want to try that. Would you guys like to see me try Infinity Nikki? I'll ask you guys directly. A direct question. Would you guys like to see me try it? Because I would definitely I would not be opposed in any way to trying it. Thank you so much for sending in, Xianyun. That was awesome. The next video is sent in by Pokegirl. It's the Beastars final season part 1. Let's check it out. So there's a final season. So this show is ending. Well, this time it's like paper? Make sure we have, oh, there's no subtitles, okay. The Beastars stuff so far has had like some unbelievably stunning visuals, I feel like, in whether it be like 3D or like now we have these like paper, like cutout paper kind of visuals, which is still really pretty too. Oh, but it's also like adding in like real elements too. Like real life visuals, that's sick. With 3D visuals too. Oh my freaking god. This looks... I am such a big fan of taking risks with your visual style and seeing them pay off. I really am. I'm such a big fan. There's a show called Box Peak that I love dearly. That does paper cutouts, like a full story paper cutouts. That's like a toy car as well with the it's so cool. Yeah, this is a risk and it like paid off so well. The song is like really like easy on the ears as well. All these different characters as well. So yeah, they're all animals, of course. Man, this song is so neat. And this visual as well. It's also funny from like an outside perspective with like a an anime when you're like looking at this stuff, like just like the JoJo stuff, you're like, what is happening? Like, what is this show about? You know? But the two of them are reaching out their hands, so I wonder if like he has a, oh no, he's in a really kind of, I guess, like dingy apartment, or like, judging from what I've seen from like when people talk about their New York apartments, that apartment with just like a mattress on the floor probably costs like 25,000 grand a month. Probably. Well, how much is your apartment in New York? 50 million. Okay, and it's like a closet. Yeah, really cool. A risk with like some animation styles there, like that, you know, you wouldn't expect to mesh together so well, but it works so well together too. So far they've been like a feast for the eyes. I think the Beastar stuff has been. Again, I haven't ever seen Beastars, but I think that what they've done here with their openings has been something very special. And you can see it here, like with like the cutout visuals, the mix of like the real life stuff, even like the toy car with the paper in it. Like it works so well. You can watch it again. You can watch a full show just with those visuals itself. Like you really could. At least like I could. At least it looked freaking awesome. Yeah, looked really really sick. Thank you so much for sending in, Po Girl. That was awesome. The next video is sent in by Angel313. I didn't even look at it, but I bet it is. Because it's a ZEROBASEONE. And I have grown to love this group very much so, to the point that, and by the way, I know like some of me being like, I bet it's Angel. That's not an insult, by the way. Angel313 would be like, yeah, they get it. They get it. It's a group that is full of just a bunch of charming lads who make some really good music and have joined with my heart. Truly so. Let's check it out. What? Are we going cowboys here? Are we going cowboys? What? There's my boy. Okay, Ricky. See, I'm getting some of the names. See, I'm getting good at this. The leather as well. Leather cowboys. Pop, 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 pop. What? The visuals this time around are crazy. No, the cowboy outfits are incredible. Ricky finds the camera and says, "Listen, guys, right? Listen, I'm gonna stare down this camera. I'm gonna stare into the soul of this camera." This looks so cool. What? I am in love with the cowboy themes. Adore. And that was my boy. There he is. What is happening? If you want to go like cowboy, by the way they did it was amazing, right? They didn't go traditional, right? They went full on like, this is like the most extravagant cowboys you've ever seen in your life. And now they're in like tennis outfits, I guess? The dance moves are so good. They always are though. I'm sorry, but oh my god! Is this what it feels like? What do they call it? A bias? They call it a bias, I think. Is this what it feels like? Look at this. Watch this now. Look at that smile. And look at the little dads. Are you kidding me? So all the pain fades away. Oh my god. This is stunning. This is such an interesting dance move to me. Okay, so it is like, what I was thinking when they said pop, it's like the idea of like when you're with someone and like the tension is building, like with someone you like, and like eventually you just like, you can't contain yourself. Oh my god! Watch this. Watch this now. Look at that. Get out of the water, you're gonna catch a cold. No, the freaking country western stuff is awesome. It's so good. I mean, the outfits are always incredible in ZEROBASEONE stuff, but... I know the worlds are kind of intertwining. No, I'm never gonna go with these outfits. Never. Smile, the smile of the ages. He has a gun. Oh, they switched like modern outfits as well. That's so neat. It's so difficult because like you know, and I saw it like I don't know, it's just like an instant happy pill is watching these these videos. It's like instant like okay, the world is fine. You know what I mean? Lovely smile. It's like I never like I really feel like I like. Yeah, no, the outfits are incredible. So incredible. I like it pop. So to say they even like it. They like when the tension pops. Yeah, no, it's stunning as usual. Like the way I can describe a ZEROBASEONE video for myself is whenever I watch them, I feel as though it's the same as like you know when like how do I describe it? Like this is probably a weird way to describe it. You know when you like eat like your favorite food and you haven't had it in a while and it's like, oh my God. Or it's that feeling when you're going to collect like your favorite food from your favorite like local fast food place or something. And you're like, oh my God, I can't wait. There's this excitement, this feeling that comes along with it. That was beautiful. That was just absolutely beautiful. I am like I am once again like just learning about like a lot of the K-pop stuff because like my growing up, like my music was a lot of like heavy metal. Like heavy metal was like my favorite thing in the world as a teenager. I've gotten into more pop as I've gotten older as well. Like and because I feel like, you know, when I say that I always like feel weird because people are like, see, I knew it was a phase. I told you it was a phase. You wouldn't. No, I'm still into heavy metal. I still love heavy metal. But like I feel like as you grow up, everybody grows to appreciate more genres of music. You know what I mean? If you want to really get into a lot of stuff like that, and having an open mind about music just means you get to like find like more artists, you know, and more things you really enjoy. With ZEROBASEONE, like it's like so, and that's why I always feel really like, and I talk about this all the time, I feel really annoyed so much like whenever like I see someone be like, K-pop sucks. It's like, what K-pop? Well, K-pop. It's like, okay, what band are you talking about? What K-pop group are you talking about? BTS. It's like, okay, you think BTS suck. Okay, so K-pop sucks because you think BTS sucks. Yeah. It's like, okay then. Because then that's the thing. It's like when they say K-pop sucks, they put this blanket over all of K-pop. I'm not saying BTS sucks, by the way. I'm saying that's what people usually say when they like think of K-pop. They're like, well, I don't like BTS. It's like, okay, dude, fine. That's like one band. That's one group. There's so many groups that are in, you know, K-pop. And K-pop is a good way of describing all of it because it's literally what? Korean pop, right? It is Korean pop. But it frustrates me to no end. Because if I turned around to like one of my friends who loves metal and I said to them like all heavy metal is the same, right? I know that's not true. I know that's not true whatsoever. But they'd probably be like, what are you talking about? That's so stupid. Like, why would you even say that? And they'd be right, just call me stupid. They'd be right. How can you look at this song, look at a Twice song that we also listened to before as well, or look at, earlier on we had an EXO song. Like, you get three different feelings, three different like vocals, three different types of like dances, like different symbolism, different visuals, like all of the stuff. It's all different because they're not all the same. They're not all the same. And putting a blanket over them is so silly. This is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. I freaking love this. I love the outfits. The outfits are incredible once again. We love cowboys in general. Like I'm an anxious millennial cowboy myself. But like I feel like they did it in a very like ZEROBASEONE way, which is not just like taking cowboy. They could have just easily done simple cowboy outfits and everyone would have gone insane. They like matched them to all their different styles. Yes, I have a bias. Is that what it's called? I have a bias. Okay, I have a bias, and I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name. And I probably should have looked it up. Because I always feel like it's Jay Wung. And if I do pronounce it wrong, just please like correct me. Because I've already like seen like some of his like TV shows as well. He's actually like a big sweetheart, but I love that in this video he like listen to me now. I love that in this video. One thing that I do love about every video is that he's like the most awkward, confident person I've ever seen in my life. Even when everyone is dancing, he's like the only one looking to other people Maybe, you know, I say that, right? But let me go back to the scene here for a second here and see if I'm right. Because I was saying like he's always like he looks to other people as he's dancing. But like watch this now and he's like not the only one that does it. I just noticed him the most. Let me see here. When they switch to the modern times, this is so. I'm watching this again, and all of a sudden, like my body is fluttering again. Beautiful smile. I'll let you show you guys. Why not? Let me see here. I want to show you now. Okay, so. No, he was looking at somebody else. Okay, I'm just biased. I am legitimately biased. He's the only one in the whole world who does it. He was literally looking at someone else. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Angel. That was awesome to see. The next video is sent in by Haster the Void. And it says, I know I said I'll be the Zeovan guy, but now I don't really want to consume that much Genshin content in video form that I could share today, so I thought I'd introduce you to something I grew up in Hungary. As the title says, it's a Hungarian folktale, one of my favorite all time. I hope you enjoy it. So it's Hungarian folktale, a talking vine, a smiling apple, and I watched this on the TV app, so like it cuts it off, and a jingling, tingling peach. Check it out. Folktales are really cool. Folktales are always very cool. There's so many like Irish folktales I could probably tell you guys, but like I don't think they're as like, you know, interesting maybe.
Hungarian folktales. A talking vine, a smiling apple, and a jingling, tingling peach. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had 3 beautiful daughters. He was leaving for market one day when he asked his daughters, "Tell me, what would you like me to bring you from the market?" The eldest replied, "Dear father, bring me a golden dress." The second daughter replied, "Bring me a silver dress." "And what shall I bring for you?" the king asked his youngest daughter. "Dear father, bring me a talking vine, a smiling apple, and a jingling, tingling peach."
Yeah, same actually. If my daughter requested this, I'm like, do you wanna request something different, maybe?
"Are to be found in this world, I will bring them to you, daughter dear." The king went to the market.
What a dad, by the way. You know what? I never heard these things, honey, but if they are real, you're gonna get them.
Where he quickly found and purchased a golden dress for his eldest daughter, a silver dress for his middle daughter, but he simply could not find a talking vine, a smiling apple, or a jingling, tingling peach. The king was downcast. It saddened him that he was unable to fulfill his most beloved daughter's wish. While he was brooding,
So
his
he
coat
has
gave
favorites?
a sudden jolt and got stuck so deep in the mud that the horses could not pull it free. The king was furious because his trusty horses could race more quickly than the stars across the
Horses
night
are strong.
sky. He sent to the village for help, and when news spread that the king's coach was stuck in the mud, men, women, and even small children came to lend a hand.
Beautifully animated as well. Like it really fits the kind of fairy tale style of what this is. I guess the folk style of this.
Push the king's coach free. All of a sudden, a pig appeared. "Oink, Grant, oink, your highness. Give me your youngest daughter's hand, and I will free you, your horses, your coach, and everything."
Bro, don't do it.
The king stood and stared in amazement, but whatever the king thought, he simply replied, "We will shake on it.
What?
A king's hand and a pig's
Don't be
trotter.
giving up your daughter
If
like
you
that."
free me, I will give you my youngest daughter's hand." The pig didn't wait, didn't hesitate. He wedged his snout under the wheels, gave a shove, and pushed the coach from the mud. The horses
Folktales
took off at a gallop,
are really
and
out
the
there,
king
aren't
was
they?
back in his
Across the whole
castle in a
world.
flash. And when he got home, he gave his eldest daughter the golden dress and his middle daughter the silver dress. But with
And he's like, honey, you're marrying a pig.
great sadness, he said to his youngest daughter, "My dear girl, my darling daughter, why didn't you ask for a dress too? For I failed to find a vine, a smiling apple, and a jingling, tingling peach." But hardly had he finished when he heard a gruff grunting outside.
The pig, you agreed to
He looked
something.
out of the window and saw that the pig had even brought his wheelbarrow. Oink, Grant, oink. I've come for your daughter. Let her come down, and I'll carry her off in my wheelbarrow.
Oh my god.
Stop there, thought the king. I'll send you a maiden. A peasant girl was quickly found, robed in the beautiful golden dress, and sent out to meet the pig.
That's so unfair.
But the pig was no fool. He said to the king, Oink, Grant, oink, this is not your daughter. The king began to regret that he had ever given his word to a filthy swine. And the princess? She sobbed and moaned so terribly that the whole palace
I'd
shook.
imagine you would,
The
right?
king, shedding bitter tears of grief, told her, My dear daughter, I have promised you to the pig, so you must go. Then the king had an idea. He dressed his youngest daughter in dirty rags and sent her out to meet the pig.
So that he maybe
The pig, when he saw the princess,
Like he wouldn't wonder,
was
but-
beside himself with joy. He grabbed the girl, placed her in the wheelbarrow.
pretty nuts, right? And again, like this is the thing when it comes to folktales like worldwide, like they can get very crazy, and they always like have like some lesson at the end, right? About what you should like, I guess like about like what you should do or what you shouldn't do.
And carried her off, grunting and oinking all the way. Oink, grunt, oink. Don't cry, princess. You'll be happy with me. We'll soon be home. But the daughter only really began to sob when the pig came to a stop.
I don't know, man. If I'm the pig and like this girl clearly doesn't like me, she's crying, I'm bringing her back. You know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't in the first place. Like, yeah, you know what I mean.
In front of
like,
a large stove,
bit rough.
took her inside and sat her down.
Oh my God,
on
this poor
dirty
princess.
straw. Oink, grunt, oink. This is my home, said the pig, and he offered her some corn.
She doesn't want no corn.
Oink, grunt, oink.
I guess she does.
Have a bite to eat, princess. But the princess simply sobbed and moaned. She cried and cried until she eventually fell into a deep, deep
This
slumber.
poor
The
girl.
princess slept and slept, and she didn't wake until noon the next day. As the noon bell rang, she opened her eyes and, wonder of wonders, she was dazzled by a blinding light.
What happened?
She had lain down in a pigsty, and now, lo and behold, she awoke in a palace. A host of maids hurried to her bedside. They brought her sumptuous robes and dressed her beautifully.
Okay.
Then they took her into the neighbouring room, where a handsome youth sat at a table laden with food.
Is this the pig?
He said to her, Take a seat. Everything you see is yours. I too am yours, if you will have me. Who are you? What are you?
Is it
the
a
girl
pig?
asked. I will tell you in good time.
Maybe not.
Come now to the garden.
It seems that way, right?
He took her arm,
Music is
and
really
they
beautiful.
went into the garden. In the garden, a fine vine leaned towards the maid, and the clusters of grapes
Oh my
spoke.
lord.
Pick us from the vine, princess. They walked on, and soon she espied an apple tree.
He's giving
The
her
little
everything
red
she
apples on
wanted?
its boughs smiling beautifully. And as you see, we have smiling apples too, said the youth.
But what about the jingling tingling
They
peach?
walked a little more. What is jingling and tingling so sweetly? The princess asked. Jingling, tingling peaches, as you wished. Now will you stay and be my wife? The princess wrapped the youth in her arms. Yes, I will stay and be your loving wife for the rest of my life.
I mean, it worked out for her. It worked out for her.
But the youth then told her how he had once been a king, but a cruel witch
Oh.
had changed him into a lowly swine and put a curse on him. He would remain a pig until he found a maid who had wished for a talking vine, a
What?
smiling apple, and a jingling, tingling peach. They sent word out that very day, inviting every member of his kingdom to the
This
wedding.
is nuts.
Their fabulous feast was indeed a wondrous sight to see, and they both lived happily.
I mean, I'm very happy for her now.
After.
You know? She got everything she wanted. Is there like, I wonder what, like, maybe there isn't even like a moral that it's supposed to get. Maybe it's just like a really interesting story because, like, to me, it's like, you know, this girl asked for something. First of all, I want to say just thank you so much, Haster Devoid, for like, even introducing this stuff to me, because like I feel like that can always be like, you know, especially with your own culture and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's so interesting, like you sending me something from your culture and from your country, because I never heard of this stuff. I really haven't. I know like of from The Office, like I know like of Dwight talking about like German folk tales and stuff like this, and I know folk tales from Ireland as well. But like they feel very, I feel like they're not very different. I mean, like, you know, the Children of Lyr or like Fionn McCool, like they're not totally different. They still involve like, you know, beasts and talking animals or things like this, you know what I mean? Because again, it's a very mystical, very magical stuff. But I thought it was really well animated. I thought that the music was really, really nice in the background too. Yeah, like it's really. I'm wondering if there is like a moral to it. If there is like a moral I'm missing. But like, and that's thing. But please, if you can message me and talk, because again, I don't want to be like, I don't understand it. Like, it's just like I don't know if there's a moral to it, if there's something that I'm missing. But like, what I will say about it so far is that like what I saw on the screen is I love the like animation style. I love how it's like a storybook or like a pop-up book. The music is really cool in the background as well. It was like also like very like charming at times too, right? Like it really felt like someone was telling me a story, which is also like very, very interesting. Yeah, but really, really pretty, really nice music. And again, it felt like a folktale. Like, you know what I mean? I hope that one day I'll be able to share like all the folktales like from Ireland, maybe or something like that with you guys. But I just feel so happy that someone from the community wanted to share something for their culture with me. And this happens before. Has happened before. People do want to share something for their own culture, for their own country even. And that means the world to me. It means so much to me, Aster Void. Thank you so much for sending in. It was really cool to see. I feel like when it comes to like folk tales as well, by the way, like one of the things that like always like is super appreciated about them is that they're not like these grand epic, you know, 3-hour beginning, middle, and end story, which are also very cool. They're very short bite-sized stories that have like a beginning, middle, and end, but like they're like they become like the resolution comes quicker than usual. So it's almost like, you know, it's a story that you can tell someone very quickly. It's a story you can tell kids very quickly. It's a story that like you don't have to like, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time. If someone wants to hear a story, you can tell them. Like the truth is like a lot of times with folktales, when stories are being told, like there was literally like professional storytellers. At least in Ireland, I'm looking from the Irish perspective. There's people who literally would like tell stories in pubs. Like people would sit around as they would like tell a story. And these are the type of stories you would hear in like obviously different from the cultural perspective. You know what I mean? It's like very short, bite-sized stories where you could like have a resolution very quickly and still feel entertained by the end of it. And I think that's also really cool to see. So thank you again, Haster the Void, for sending that in, especially showing us something from Hungary. Thank you. The next video sent in by Zevi. Yes, they did 3 times actually. Sorry, no, that's a reply. Me about to read out all the replies. Happy holidays and happy new year, Romer. Thank you very much. Happy new year. A new thing to share for the new year. It's a game called Identity V. It's like that Genshin game mode of Hunter and Rebels, but with the aesthetic of Coraline the movie. Think of Puppet and Doll characters. That sounds awesome. Or think of the Dead by Daylight, but more stylized. You'll see it when the way they draw the characters. Survivor faction characters have more button eyes, while Hunter faction characters have more human eyes. I'll hold off on our game trailers because this set is my favorite. This is a bunch of videos I set in the alternate universe called Truth and Inference, and introduce some of the key characters in the story. With new characters and mysteries introduced each anniversary, it mainly follows the story of a detective agency founded by the Lady Truth and Mr. Inference, which 2 really cool names, the mysteries they've been solving, and the plots and villains behind them. You can treat the following videos as character demos. I really just wanted to share this because they've been improving a lot on their 2D animation recently. I don't see many people reacting to it. Let's check it out. Let's see what this is. Yeah, I've never seen this before, by the way. I thought I'd notice, like, maybe recognize the logo. Never seen it. Oh, yeah. Already very, very interesting style, right? Oh my god. I'll turn off the subtitles just for this. The art style's so interesting, right? No, I love it. It's really cool. I'm a big fan of darker art styles. Like obviously I'm not talking about like in stuff in like that's gore and blood and all this stuff. It's more like, you know, it's stuff that like is on the verge of being like creepy but actually like looks more stylized, if that makes sense. Coraline's a perfect example. Nightmare Before Christmas is another perfect example too. So it's so like, again, it's so interesting. I've never heard of this before. But I love the style so far. Very cool transition. What is this type of visuals? Okay, so like, I'm guessing that's the first one. We have a yeah, very interesting style starting off at the very least. Truth. So that's truth, and then it's inference. Yeah, I love the names. Oh my god, I love that type of vocal so much. That's the type of stuff that I'd be like clenching my fist in the air listening to. Yeah, so cool. So cool. What is this part here? Yep. Exactly my style. Nice. Super nice. Desire. None of this. Are they tied together or is just the same person? Sick. Oh my god, such sick designs. What the hell? I've never heard of this. This wasn't even on my radar. So being reborn. So there's like a third, like this character seems to be like involved in a detective agency somehow, it seems. So this is Gato.
Am I all alone again?
Sleep peacefully, just like me. Be Uriel's nourishment.
And now we like, by the way, Glass Coffin, aesthetically gorgeous. You know what I mean? Still very sad, but aesthetically gorgeous.
So many innocent lives have been desecrated. All for that damn drug from that insane.
Oh, so there's a drug being distributed, I'm guessing. And they're saying it's like people are missing. Oh, but something is escaping the glass coffin.
I need an answer. I have nothing to say.
Again, like in every single trailer we've seen so far, they just had an amazing song with like really good vocals. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip it forward there. That's my bad. This guy like creeps me out. Like this guy creeps me out something fierce, but I love the designs of the characters. They're really good. But now we're seeing a lot of this like this lab. I would watch a full TV show with these character designs. I really would. Gas mask. But as well, like how? Oh, so something has escaped. But how cool is that type of visual, by the way? Like, first of all, gas masks are like terrifying, right? They're a terrifying visual because usually it means there's poison about, there's gas about, there's something horrible around the place. But like doing a contrast with that, with like the cute little cats, will always like that type of contrast will always be interesting to me. Something dark and also very light together. The redheaded witch. Oh, we're going like really otherworldly here. But with some dance moves as well. You know we're always up for dance moves. So sick. So sick having like someone draw something in lipstick, but on the camera it's even cooler. Nice. Okay, yeah. They know in these videos they know how to do a trailer, right? And to make you like it's not, I always talk about visual feast, and this is like one of those things as well where like it's just like it's not like the art style is crazy good, but it's not carrying the whole trailer, which I think is like good, because like usually when like an art style is so strong, you know, some artists like, you know, and some companies tend to like focus, like, you know, like one of the worst things like any company can do about like a game or anything like that is like when they have like beautiful graphics, they'll be like, look at the trees, look at this, you know. And in this case, they're not just being like, hey, look how cool our art style is. They're like, hey, look how cool like the style of this whole thing is. Look how cool we can like adapt it to the music in the background. Like look at all these really cool like visual cues that are happening as well. It's really neat. It's really neat. Making your trailers a movie themselves in some ways. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so, and the song's neat. Super neat. This is a really super cool character. And this guy just shattered in the glass as he's following her. A barbed wire bat. Why? That would no. Why would you do that? Nah, she's sick. She's so sick. You're donezo. You're donezo, and rightly so. Where's your bat now? Oh, and she keeps the pose. If you can keep the pose. Oh no, she's drinking tea. We could be best friends. You kidding me? Who's that? Oh, Truth and Inference. Oh, the little trip. Oh no, that like it's something like people can call a cliche, but I don't care. If you were like a serious worker and you have a serious job and you're tripping about the place in your office, you were instantly in my heart. What's this? Healing of the East. Again, very different vocals. Very different looking characters. No, the art style is stunning. The art style is stunning. Jeez, the songs are so good in these trailers. Keeping the impact of the sounds in as well, the fighting. Did you see that? No. Look at this. Look at this. Look with the frying pan. Watch this. This is someone who cares about fight choreo, right? Cover him. Bam, bam. Like that. They say that the hit you don't see will knock you out faster, so that was nice. I'm actually having spaghetti bolognese today. Ooh. The guy with the white hair, though. Am I right, guys? Am I right? I would watch a full, like, if this was a full show on, like, Disney Plus, I'd be like, I'd never cancel my subscription. Do you see, like, the different tones every single, and yeah, like, this is what we, you know, Genshin does this as well, where you have, like, a different tone every single trailer, and all of a sudden, like, we're going to, like almost, like, spy noir, kind of, not even noir, but, like, spy, what would you call it, like, I don't even know what, again, someone give me the word for what I'm looking for, not even spy fiction. Oh yeah, stamp the camera. That's so cool. That's so sick. A lot of these characters have my heart already just by doing cool stuff to the camera. I'm all for it. Doing the puppet dance as well. You freak me out, buddy. Like a puppet with like kind of like a red hood. No, it's so, look at that set piece. Look at that. I'm sorry, but like I love a townscape with like dancing like on the pole and like in the townscape as well. Also cool use of the puddle there also. Like look at that. So it looks so good. The picture's lighting up as she's passing by. This is such an interesting character. And these are all like characters for like a Dead by Daylight style game. This needs to be a TV show. Like right away. Did she see ghosts or something here? falling down with it as well. Okay. Great character design already. Like some great. Oh, it's okay. It's over. Okay. I thought we had another one there, but Truth and Inference for Identity V. Yeah. I might look up a bit more about this. Like while we're sitting here, Zevi. Hold on a second now. Because again, I don't know any. This is the first time I'm seeing it, like all together, like legitimately. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Like, I mean, at least if I can look at gameplay a bit like that, you know? Not even look at the gameplay video, but just see, like... Okay, so it's on Apple and... Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to look too much further into it, but it looks awesome. It looks so sick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to, like, go to Google Images or anything like that because I feel like it would spoil... If you want to say anything else, Zevi, it would probably spoil it. I don't want to do that. And happy holidays, New Year's to you as well. Yeah, art style really, really impeccable. It's the type of stuff that, like, you know, it's like I said, like it borders on like being like, you know, really creepy, but like before it gets creepy, it's just like really cool. I love when characters do stuff to the camera when there's like good choreo. I'm always a big fan of that too. The music is really cool also. Yeah, but like the art style of the characters, they could be so tempted to be like, you know, to do like way too many like closed in claustrophobic shots because they do have like a lot of really cool facial designs in these characters, but they went for more of like a very cool choreographed like almost like dance every single time, which I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much for sending Zevi. That's really cool to see as well. I had no idea this even existed. I really didn't have any idea this existed. It's awesome to see. I wonder if it's like again, like I have an iPad where I can play it. But I wonder if would it ever come to consoles? Probably not at this stage, right? It's I don't know when it released. Actually, I'll check that right now. Zevi, I'll check it right now, okay? Oh, it's 2018. Okay, so it's not that long ago. And it's by NetEase Games. Okay. Yeah. It just looks really cool. It looks really, really cool. Thank you so much for sending in, Zevi. That's awesome to see. It's awesome to see new games I never even heard of before. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Aka, and this one's sort of a teaser concept for ZEROBASEONE. They did one of their newer albums. A small arachnophobia warning, just in case. I used to have arachnophobia. I've gotten over it. Not that it's easy to get over it. It took a long time. But if I can share like a personal thing there really quickly, just like I'll say that like I used to be terrified of spiders. I used to watch a lot of spider videos and like a lot of people that like handled spiders, and they were like, you know, they were like their pets. And I think like 2 weeks ago, like I saw a spider, and I don't know if this means like I'm over my fear, if I'm just able to handle it better. I think it's probably a better way of putting it. But I saw a spider. It was like right beside my bed, like literally like I'd say like half a meter from my face. And I remember like just being like, I went like really quick like that, and then I looked and I was like, go about your business, buddy. Which to me, I was like, okay. And then afterwards, I was like, oh my god. I was like making tea, being like, oh my god, I did that. That's awesome. Yeah. And I'm not saying everyone has to overcome their fear. Like some people are gonna have their fears. So like I'll never not have a fear of heights or like a fear of underwater. Actually, I would say though, in terms of video games, Subnautica made it easier. But yeah, let's check this out. Mini album. It's a movie concept. Let's check it out from ZEROBASEONE. Sorry, Aka, for using your comment as a soapbox there. Turn back on the subtitles. Oh, there's no subtitles. Okay. Cinema Paradise. If they did make like a full-on movie, I do believe that this would be like a smart idea. I think people would watch it. I'd watch it. I'd definitely watch it.
Loving you
Loving me?
made me realize
Oh my god.
every last drop of you
Oh my god.
keeps me alive.
A lot of beautiful imagery mixed with like very painful imagery, right? Abandoned phone booth like I haven't like no one's called for a while.
Even if it means losing myself.
Ricky, made for the movies. made for the movies. And you know it too. It's like a horror movie almost. Oh my god.
Just like a spider crawling, itching at my skin. I couldn't shake you off because
the one light flower amongst all these as well. And look at that, like
losing myself.
All of a sudden this movie made like
I couldn't shake you off
3 billion at the box office. It's crazy. 300 billion.
I fear losing you.
It's crazy somehow.
Would hurt more than
this movie made 300 billion. The visuals are really cool. Oh my god! What? Okay, ZeroBaseOne fans, what did you think when you saw this visual here, by the way? Which is like usually supposed to like make you terrified, right? When you see like two people holding hands together, like standing still, it brings up the Shining kind of vibes as well. Like they look adorable to me, but like I imagine that like at the same time I'm like it's kind of like a feeling of like you guys pulled it off. You know what I mean? it's like yeah, this thing's you did it well here. Because that's the thing. It's like they're amazing dancers and amazing singers. But it's very clear that and people don't get this from their moves and the way they act in videos. It's very clear that they understand the art of what it takes to make. And they have good directors. I've seen good directors directing them, but like they get it. Like even in the behind the scenes of like a video I saw them making, like they understand like the way they talk about it. Even like, you know, here I have to look cute. Here we're going to like look serious. Here it's going to look very like we're finding something new. Like they do understand it. And I think that you can see this from like a lot of this stuff here. For sure. No, who am I kidding? You guys went crazy when you saw this.
You're mine.
So yeah, it's a concept film for an album, by the way. It's not an actual like movie, by the way. I'm saying that if they did make a movie for it, it would make sense. But by the way, that's what I'm saying. Like I know it's not an actual movie. It's a concept for this, for their album, which I actually think is really, really cool. But like, if they made an actual movie, like they would, you know. Who's that guy in the blonde there? And they're all sitting together in the theater. Yeah, they understand visuals better than like most artists would understand, unless there was a post credit there. I hope I didn't miss it. They understand visuals better than like most artists I've seen, I think, and like they understand like facial expressions and all this stuff like better than most artists I've seen, honestly. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, so like it's a concept for like I said, the fourth mini album. Like it's a movie concept for the album, which I think is a really cool idea. I still stand by what I said when I said like, you know, because obviously like I was playing it up, the idea of like that they could make an actual movie. I know it's a concept for a movie, and I probably should make that clear. But I'm saying if they made an actual movie, it would do so well. It would do so well. I really feel like they get it. They really get it. And every time that they had like a scene here, they ate it up. They literally ate that stuff up. I feel like as well, like one thing that these boys are really good at is taking advantage of every single second they're on the screen, which is something that like should be taught to like I come from like a wrestling fandom background, and one of the things they say is like find the camera, right? Find that camera. No matter what, find that camera, maximize your minutes on the screen. And these guys will have like 20, like sometimes like 2 seconds on the screen for just like a split 2 seconds, and they make the most of it. They understand it so well. But yeah, this is a really cool idea. I never really seen many people do this. I know, have I? Like making a movie for their album? I've seen people make comics for their album, like a mini movie, I should say, like a little short film. Very, very, very cool. Very, very cool to see this type of stuff. Thank you so much for sending in. It's cool seeing the boys like this. It really is. The next video sent in by Golden Witch Beatrice. And it is a spoiler-free video called How Long is Umineko When They Cry? Let's check it out.
Umineko When They Cry. Good old sea cats. Umineko, in case you don't know, is an excellent horror visual novel about a series of mysterious murders happening on a secluded island in the midst of a typhoon.
Right.
The Golden Witch Beatrice claims that she killed everyone with magic, but one of the people on the island, Battler, doesn't believe in magic, so they enter the debate of a lifetime as Battler.
Golden Witch Beatrice, I didn't realize my patron was actually what I did. You know, my patron, I knew my patron was named after the character in this thing, but like, you know, Golden Witch, like, I didn't realize that they were like, debating with you. If you need me to help you debate, I'll help you. Like, you know, I'll be on the side of magic is real. I don't personally believe in magic in real life, but like, you know what I mean? I gotta support my patrons. You know what I mean? I gotta support the patrons.
Don't exist. It's basically, and then there were none, but with witches. Well, that's
Which I can
a pretty
appreciate.
oversimplified description of the plot, I know, but Umineko is just so
It's simplified, but you have to
long
sell
and
people. It's a good way of
complex
selling
that
people.
I can't really help but oversimplify it if I want to give someone a plot description that doesn't take up a whole page, you know?
Yep.
There are two big things Umineko is most well known for. First and foremost, being absolutely excellent. It's one of the highest rated visual novels on VNDB and also happens to be one of my personal favorites. And
8.78 is actually a good
secondly,
rating.
it's known for
Because actually visual novel fans, and I'm going to say this, and I've seen them before, visual novel fans are actually very particular about their visual novels. Like, they're very particular about their visual novels. So an 8.78, like, is the equivalent of, like someone giving, a JRPG I like a 10. Like, it is legitimately that. It's like when you see a Steam review that has a game that's like at a 10, that's what this is. Like visual novel fans are very particular. And it's not like they're overcritical. They're just like, you know, they appreciate the art form. And just from my perspective anyway, every time I've talked to visual novel fans, they have a great appreciation for the art form. Are really descriptive. And that comes from the fact that, like, you know, they are playing a game and also reading all this time too. And they have to read. If you don't, it's not one of those games like with a visual novel, like legitimately, you cannot literally just go turn your head away from it and be like, okay, I'll go check my phone for a second, because you will miss like large portions of the plot. So yeah, they are like, no, they're not overly critical at all. They're very particular, and I think that means like this is like basically a 10.
being extremely, extremely long. But how long could it possibly be, you may be wondering?
I heard it was
Perhaps
long.
You've heard that it's longer than the average visual novel, which is true to be fair. But how much longer are we talking here? Well,
If it's long, I think it'd be perfect for a let's play. You know what I mean? Because like obviously like playing it by yourself
Umineko
like
is, the
is
proud
good.
owner of one
But I think having that like coziness with you guys would be really freaking sick.
of the longest scripts in a video game ever made.
Yeah?
It was originally written in Japanese, and the first part of it, the question arc, has 2,820 kilobytes of characters, and the answer arc, Umineko Chiru, has 2,620. But unless you speak and read Japanese, that probably doesn't sound super long, right? Well, this video is in English. Odds are you speak English, so let's talk about Umineko in terms of its English translation. There's a couple different translations of Umineko out there, but the Manga Gamer version is the most accessible one since that's the one on Steam, so let's go ahead and talk about the Manga Gamer version. Nobody seems to know the precise word count, but a very kind Redditor gave me an estimation of about 596,000 words in the question arc and
Jesus.
531,000 in the answer arc. These numbers seem to fit the script sizes well enough, so for the purpose of this video, these estimations are gonna work, but if you think you've calculated a more precise word count, feel more than free to comment with it.
1 second, Gold? Just I want to look up something now about this game. I want to like just really quickly. Here, I want to look up this thing here. I don't know why my TV went to like AirPlay for a second there. Okay. Where's it? F. That's a lot. That's a whole hell of a lot. For a visual novel, that's
To fit the script
insane.
sizes
That's insane. Because one thing that like is like the reason I looked it up was like for Final Fantasy X, which is one of my favorite games of all time. At the time that was like insane, like how many words were in that. It was like 120,000 words. So this is insane. Like at the time when Final Fantasy X came out, and it still is, it holds one of the records for being able to having the longest scripts of all time. This is 5 times the script.
Well enough, so for the purpose of this video, these estimations are gonna work, but if you think you've calculated a more precise word count, feel more than free to comment with it. So 596,000 plus 531,000 gives you 1,127,000
Yeah, it's like, it's insane. Insane.
Words. And just in case you don't understand the full gravity of just how many words that is, using Times New Roman 12-point font and single spacing, because we're not turning this in for a school assignment, you're looking at 2,830
yeah, it's nuts.
pages
It's nuts.
in Microsoft Word of nothing but Umineko.
Because that's thing, as I said, I'm using one of my favorite games as like as a reference here, and Final Fantasy X when it came out was shocking. The scripts that the voice actors received, there was never anything like it before that, and there's not many things like it after that has that much dialogue in it afterwards as well. It's still one of like has one of the biggest scripts ever. So you can imagine 120,000 words. Versus this, like, millions of words. Like, stunning.
Let's compare Umineko to some other books. The King James Bible has 783,137 words. So you could
too many
read
for a
the
Bible.
KJB, and it would only be the equivalent of about 69.5%.
Give me the spark notes on the Bible.
Umineko. But how about something a little more modern? How about the Lord of the Rings trilogy? The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King have a combined word count of 455,000.
Those are gorgeous looking token books.
We could even add The Hobbit to this pile of books, and you'd still only be at 550,147 words. Only 550,147 words. That's only 49% of Umineko. You would have to read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy plus The Hobbit twice, and then you'd have read
These books look beautiful.
Slightly less than the entirety of Umineko. But how about another literary trilogy that's a little longer? How about Ken Follett's Kingsbridge series?
That's a gorgeous book as well.
Pillars of the Earth, World Without End, and Column of Fire, and they have a combined word count of 948,140 words. So you could read the entire Kingsbridge series. You could have read all of this, and you'd still have only read the equivalent of about 84%.
The effort they put
Umineko.
into this.
Purely in terms of word count, the closest thing I could find to stack up to Umineko was Harry Potter. From the first word in the Sorcerer's
yeah, but like
Stone
that's
to
like
the final word in Deathly Hallows, there are 1,084,170
But still, that's like 7 books,
Harry Potter,
you know?
which is the equivalent of about 96%.
If your game is still
of Umineko.
more than
That is
7
right.
books.
From start to finish, the entire Harry Potter series has only slightly fewer words than Umineko. There's a bit of debate over what the longest novel ever written is, and notice how I said novel, so don't come at me in the comments about that Smash fanfic. But one of the oldest contenders is Artemene ou le Grand Silence by George and Madeleine.
You're pronouncing better than I ever could. I'll be honest with you.
About 2,100,000 words, so that's a little less than the length of 2 Uminekos. But you know, word counts are pretty great and all, but that doesn't really tell us much about the length of the game itself. It just tells us that it's really verbose. So there's 8 chapters in Umineko combining the question and the answer arcs, and each chapter lasts between 10 to 15 hours depending on your reading speed.
Wow.
So you're looking at between 80 and 120 hours.
Wow,
We're
for a
just gonna
visual
go in the
novel as
middle
well.
and
Oh my
say that
God.
The average player will sink about 100 hours purely into Umineko, though in truth, most players end up spending closer to 120, at least out of what I've noticed. But hey, 100 hours is still nothing.
If I did a Let's Play on this with Calvin time, because like my patrons talk about Calvin time, by the way, where if they're giving me like a quest like in Genshin, they'll be like, yeah, this quest is 2 hours long, but in Calvin time it's 6 hours long. You know what I mean? Because we found that out with it became more prominent when we did the Economy of Good and Evil quest. This would take me maybe 200 hours at least. I'd say even more if we did a Let's Play on
the
it.
Harry Potter books were pretty close in length to Umineko. Well, the combined time of all 8 of the Harry Potter movies is 19 hours and 39 minutes. That is only about a fifth of Umineko's playtime.
Take that, Harry
In fact,
Potter.
You could watch
Take that.
the entire Harry Potter movie series and every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you'd still only be at about 55 hours and 41 minutes.
That's a
just
nuts.
past the halfway.
That's a nuts
But you know
stat.
what? We're already in this deep, so
Ellie, no more.
why stop now? If we're already marathoning all of the Harry Potter and Marvel movies, well, we may as well marathon all the Star Wars movies.
I love
too.
how they're
So
doing
let's
this.
just go ahead and add another
My
20
favorite is
hours
Revenge of
and
the
10
Sith.
minutes. We're having a 65-hour, 51-minute movie marathon, and that is still not even the length of 3/4 through Umineko. How's this? If this doesn't blow your mind, nothing will. The estimated amount of time it would take someone to drive from Los Angeles, California to Portland, Maine is 47 hours
Now,
and
this is
21
another
minutes.
interesting way of
In
putting
other
this.
words, this means that you could go from LA to Portland.
I like
and
that,
back
like, this
and
person's not just, like, saying this is how long it is. They're saying, like, you need to understand how long this is. It's not just like, oh, because, like, you can say a 120-hour game, but you're talking about 120 hours of dialogue.
still be short a few hours of Umineko. Is that not wild? I think that's pretty wild. Better yet, how about One Piece?
No.
One of the longest anime
How long does it take to
ever
watch all
made
One
and
Piece?
the best-selling manga of all time. At 20 minutes per episode, or 3 episodes an hour, in 100 hours you could watch 300 episodes of One Piece, which would put you pretty close to the end of the CP9 arc, which actually happens to be my favorite arc. More importantly, this means that you wouldn't even be halfway through One Piece. As a matter of fact, you'd have to play Umineko almost 3 times before reaching the amount of time it would take you to watch One Piece in its current state.
So
But
One Piece is
I
still the
think
longest
we've
thing in
heard quite
history.
enough. Now I'm sure you have a pretty
I love this
solid
visual here.
grasp at just how long Umineko is now.
The background.
But on the off chance you don't, well, God, you know what? It's pretty damn long.
No, great stuff.
No, but for real, you should go play Umineko.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a perfect way of describing how long something is. I know it's like sounds so redundant after watching the whole thing, because it's like, yeah, that's what they were trying to do. But I think that like it's not only just like, hey, this is extremely long. It's also a case of like you need to understand that this is a visual novel. Like visual novels are video games that have cool visuals, amazing music, amazing emotions that come beside them. But it's also like this isn't 120 hours where like 60 hours of it is like dungeon crawling. This isn't, oh, I'll upgrade my weapons, I'll upgrade this. This is a visual novel where you will spend your time investigating, reading, and doing all this stuff. It is again, I don't know if that's the actual concept of the game. I know it's going to be reading. And the fact that like it's a testament to probably how good the game is, because if you have a game that is that long, that's a visual novel, and people are still saying it's one of the greatest visual novels ever made and one of the greatest games ever made, that means you've made a good game. Like legitimately, you have succeeded. Like there's no other way to put it. You have succeeded in making a game that is beloved, that is liked. I'm sorry, you've done it. This is a settle in type of game. This is a game that you make the decision to buy, and I imagine that like, a percentage of people probably aren't even going to see the end, but like the majority of people who love this game, like Golden Witch Beatrice loves this game as well, and the way that I guess Red Bard loves this game as well, you can't help but like be like so intrigued to play it, right? Like that's the way I look at it. It's like when I play Persona 5 Royal is the longest single player campaign I've ever played in a game. Now, here's the thing. I want to make it clear that like whenever I say that, someone goes, well, this is a game I played that's longer, and that's fine. If you played a game that's longer, that's cool. But I mean like single player campaign. The longest I've spent in just a single player campaign, and I don't think I even like do like many side quests in the Persona games. I like doing the obviously the social links, the dungeons, and the main story, and like exploring, and that's the thing I do for the game. So like it's a very long game. But I also feel like it's like it's one of those things that from an outside perspective, a lot of people go, oh, I don't want to touch that. That's way too long. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But my perspective is when someone tells me like, oh, the game's 120 hours, the game's 140 hours, the game's 150 hours. My first thing is like, oh, what do you think about it? And they go, I love it. It's amazing. And you're like, okay, so this game is 120 hours of a visual novel and people still love it. Is that almost the most intriguing thing in the world? Where it's like, this game has to be good. You're talking about a game with like endless dialogue. It has to be good. Because if it's bad, you know what I mean? You're talking about like 15-hour chapters. If a chapter's bad, you're stuck there. So it has to be good. It has to be. I know, it's so intriguing to me how long this game is. Thank you so much for sending in Golden Witch Beatrice. It's really cool to see that as well. I love the way they describe the stuff in this. I really do. It was really cool. The next video is sent in by Visas, and it's the Hoyo Fair 2024 Pumping Bubbles Genshin. It looks like Xianyun's in the thumbnail. Check it out. We love Xianyun. Cool art style already. Very bubbly art style, we could say. Pun probably intended. Oh my god, Xianyun with bed hair. This is gorgeous. The colors are so pretty. Oh my god. Adorable. There's Nervlet. Yeah? Oh my god. Let's get Super Saiyan Day. This is adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're beating up people in the background and seeing everything going on. There's Navia, the perfect queen herself. That is amazing. No way! The dance machine as well. This is gorgeous. The pop and Richiori as well. The song is really good too, right? But like the animation and the actual dance routines is awesome. And Xianyun makes the pain go away for people. No, the colors are so nice. This is so adorable. And there's Farida popping up as well. And there's Navia, the queen herself. And Claran was there too. And Charlotte. This is so neat. Oh, you're all left. You're done. You're done. There is there is the shaky. There is compassion in those meals. And Risley, oh my god, Risley saying you better eat this. I don't care if it's bad. I don't care if it's bad, you better eat this. I love it. The love he has for Xianyun and the love Xianyun has for him is always very sweet. Proud dad. And the swing under the water too. Oh, it's child. That is the most adorable interpretation of Fremine I've ever seen. Singing, yeah. Of course it will. Of course it will, right? Taking a rest? Of course. Child again. Yes, yes. Oh my god. Treat the shower like your personal spa someday, guys. It works. It works. Treat it like your personal spa. Yeah, this is so adorable. So pretty. Just a really gorgeous art style. There's Rio as well. Oh, you got Rio and Nervlet as backup dancers? Oh, she's clapping the two swords together. I just noticed. Nah, it's so adorable. There's Lindy. Oh my god. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, they did such a fantastic job of just making something just totally like adorable, uplifting. The colors were absolutely gorgeous. You have Rio and Nervlet as your backup dancers. If I could have that, it'd be a good day. Stunning, absolutely stunning. I love cute videos like that. I love videos that just make me like so happy and just make me smile. Like it was just sweetness after sweetness. It was like eating a cake. It was like eating a nice cake. Yeah, I love how they incorporated all the Fontaine characters into this as well. It's a great interpretation of Xianyun. It's also like falls into the category of something I love, which is showing their everyday lives outside of the story as well. Her just going shopping, getting ingredients for stuff. Really cool thing to see as well. Pumping Bubbles. Adorable. Visas, that was adorable. It really was. Yeah, just really pretty art style. It's not like some art style that's like super like line detailed. It's an art style that is like very intricate, but in a very colorful way that like makes it just feel very appealing just the first thing you see, you know? Thank you so much for sending in, Visas. That was awesome. The next video is sent in by Ali. And it is, here's the next episode of Starter Squad. I hope you enjoy, and a Happy New Year, Calvin. Thank you so much, Ali, for saying Happy New Year. I hope you have a Happy New Year as well. I hope all of you have a Happy New Year. Maybe. Except for you out there. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You know what I'm talking about. Clint from Stardew Valley. Not everyone's going to get that joke, Calvin. Okay, let's check it out. Wild Encounter Starter Squad. So these are like comedy videos.
Charmander? I think we should turn back.
No, we need to train. If we don't train, we don't evolve. And I need to evolve.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just, this place looks really dangerous.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, the Caterpie. I love Caterpie's design.
You guys have a lot of nerve walking around.
Oh my god, adorable.
That grass in broad daylight. Take this.
Yeah, take this. Oh no!
That was pretty good. But now it's my turn to attack.
No!
Hey! What are you doing?
No!
Charmander, you're supposed to take
turns.
Screw that. This is a fight. And I
This
wanna
is
win.
so horrible.
Hand me that
Get
shiv
off
over
the
there.
Caterpie right
Hand
now.
me the shiv.
No! Okay, wait. You guys.
No!
I surrender.
No!
Caterpie fainted. Caterpie fainted.
What the F?
Well, that was just horrifying.
And a waste of time. I barely got any X.
What do I do now? Like, what is my life now?
P.
Well, look at the bright side. At least I got this cool new hat.
I legitimately saw the shiv coming, and I was so worried. I was like, almost like a reflex. I went to press the transition button because I thought it was gonna be so much more gruesome. I was like, ah!
It's a cool hat. Can I see that for a second?
No!
Now you have nothing.
That is so dark. What the hell?
Man. I wonder if Squirtle's having this much trouble.
Disgusting.
Look, I don't want to come off as rude, but I get the feeling you only keep me around to fight your battles for you. I mean, where's the love in this relationship? Okay, fine.
It's cool looking Gyarados. I'm in shock. That was horrid. Pierce ship, that was horrid. That has like changed, that has irreversibly changed my existence forever. I will find that Squirtle. Sorry, that Charmander. And I will be very mean to them. That was... Why would they do that to the Caterpie? Why would they do that? Why would they do that to that Caterpie? And don't feel offended, by the way, Ali. I'm just in shock, right? And I think it's normal to be in shock because I wasn't expecting that. This isn't me being like, like, oh, Ali, why would you say... Like, that's not at all. And Ali understands that. Ali's been here for a long time. But yeah, it just stunned me. Very much so. That Charmander needs to be put in his place. I'll be very upset, and in this Ship Age series, he doesn't get the head slapped off him, because that was dark. That was dark as heck. Oh my god. Thanks, Ali, for sending in the video. I didn't think it was going to get this dark. I had no idea this is where this was going to end up in. Holy hell. At least now I'm prepared. I had no idea. I had no idea this is where it was going. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Ali, for sending in. That was insane. That was 10 years ago? Honestly? It is, I don't mean this in a bad way, it is very internet 10 years ago, isn't it? It is very like 2014 YouTube, it feels like. Which actually makes a lot of sense. It does feel like the stuff that people were creating back then, and it's a 2-minute video, which means at the time, like 2-minute videos, like the time made like so much freaking like money, man. It was insane. I'm not saying this for money, but I'm saying like at the time, people who were getting like millions upon millions of views could make money off of like literally 1-minute videos, which is such an insane thing to think about. The fact that you can make a 1-minute video and make so much. And of course, what happened eventually for artists and animators like this, is that they would eventually change the rules on YouTube to like up to watch time, which is like it's a crazy thing, you know, because it makes sense. It makes perfect sense that like, you know, they would change the ad revenue to watch time, but basically like killed a lot of artists like momentum on YouTube. A lot of people who had been making money off of like doing short 2-minute animations all of a sudden had to like find a different way to like sell their art in a way, like, or like show their art off while also doing it for a living, which was actually like, you know, Ross from Game Grumps, for example, is a perfect example where it's like, yeah, he did these amazing animations, and they just with the change of the rules, they have to like change things. I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent, but I just think it was such an interesting time when they did change that stuff, because it did change the landscape of YouTube for forever. It really did. Yeah, it really did. Appreciate it, Ali. Don't take it as a bad way. I was just shocked. I was just so stunned. I didn't expect that at all. It was like the last thing I expected, but yeah, don't take it in a bad way and don't feel bad whatsoever. This is definitely like a 2014 style video. It really feels like it. Thank you, Ali. The next video is sent in. It's a Game Grunts video. The next video is sent in by Fizzle. And remember the other day I wanted to share. I remember the other day I wanted to share a music video. It's not Eve. Despite my failures 2 weeks ago, I really like the song, but the visuals are also super cool. Let's check out this video. Nightrunner Mag Bullets featuring Don Avedon. Let's check it out. Again, never seen this before. How long ago was this now? 4 years ago. Interesting. Because I always feel like I'm in the loop with like a lot of Game Grumps stuff, even though I don't watch them as much anymore. But I guess I missed out on this entirely. Interesting. So there's like a lot of loss already, like a lot of death we're seeing already. Holy crap. It's very like stylized as well though, like the blood and the visuals, right? Very stylized. Dan Avedon's voice is fantastic. This is a really cute, beautiful color palette as well. His voice is like, it's because his voice ain't perfect. It's not this like really like perfect like manufactured voice. Like what I love about Dan Avedon is that like it is a voice that sounds like someone who is like a really good singer who kind of paved the way for himself in a lot of ways. You can tell there's a lot of fandom in his voice as well for the music he's loved before. That was a really cool transition as well. Oh wow. The transitions are insanely good, but also like just like the visuals themselves are like really interesting. Like almost... Oh, Dan. So nice. Are you kidding me, Dan? Gorgeous stuff. Look at this. The way they're using the lights here, like with like on their actual like heads and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm almost like so amazed when artists are able to do that. By the way, like show light in such a beautiful way. So awesome. Oh, we're getting some guitar riffs here as well. But the way they're like using their weapons here as well, it's almost like they're putting like some energy into them as well. So cool. Coming out of the smoke like that. I always like, I always feel like such an arsehole whenever I watch this type of stuff because I'm like, I would watch a TV show about this, but it's like, that's not what it's exactly for, right? Right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm always like, I'd watch a TV show of this. I understand that's not what it's for, you know? Really good choreo as well. Off the freaking arm as well. I was checking if there's subtitles. Yeah, the transitions are like, oh my god, they're like S tier. They really are. The blood like congealing on the enemy as well, like towards the enemy as they were going to fight him. That lighting is so pretty with the purple shining through. Yeah, that's what I mean, like the blood like converging on the villain here, coming closer to them. A dance while you have a gun in your hand? No, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Oh my god, ripping off the arm as well. No way, I got chills just with this. Oh my god, that's so like, I don't know, eccentric. So out there dancing on top of Bullet. All the gold falling out as well. The last second saving them. The facial expressions are really good too. Yeah, the visuals in this were awesome. They're really cool. And it turns off. Okay, so he was a robot. Okay, and we're gonna get credits for us, I'm assuming as well, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, visuals are really neat. Patrick Stannard. Yeah. No, this type of stuff to me is always so interesting because like it's again, it's stuff I've never seen before. It is like kind of like cyberpunk, I think, is what they're kind of going for here with this stuff. I like that they started off showing like again, it's a beginning and middle and end type of thing. Again, we talk about this all the time when you can do this for music videos, and if you can do this for music videos, it's always a very nice thing to be able to do. And in this sense, that's what they did. They were able to like show us exactly like what like the beginning of the story was, the end of the story was, the middle of the story was, and we were able to like ascertain this all from these visuals. And that's so sick. Yeah, like they had the desolation at the start, they're preparing to fight back, they had the almost lost and defeat at the end, the desperation at the end, and then the actual victory also. There were so many cool transitions in this, but I loved as well the blood moving towards the enemy. That's just something that's just so simple that you wouldn't even notice. I think most times it's only because I'm eyes are trained on everything because I'm doing a reaction, so you're noticing everything like, like the blood moving towards the enemy, right? Like as if like, there's a threat coming in towards them as well. But I love as well, they still show some desperation there. They showed at the end, like, he was almost defeated them. The lighting, the way they used lights in this animation was also really cool. I just think overall they did a fantastic job with this. Like, I think overall, like, we have a, like an unbelievably stunning piece of work here. I really do think so. And I wonder as well, did they make any more animations like this? Because it seems like something that, like, again, like, I always feel terrible. I'm like, they should make a TV show of this. Well, this is what it is. This is what it is. And I feel terrible. And I'm like, we should make a TV show because that's what I want. I just, like, maybe very selfishly always would want a TV show about stuff like this. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Thank you so much, Fizzle. The next video is sent in by Solvix. And it is Fate Stay the Night Rialta Nua, Heavens Feel OP. And they said, this is the third opening of the 3 characters you've seen already, but different. They're all the first opening since different paths. Oh, okay. So it's like different paths of the first. Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. Let's check it out. Interesting visual to start off with, right? I think it's just such a good looking show just from the perspective of the OP. I know the OP doesn't always like tell the full story of what a show will look like. I don't know if there's not subtitles now. It's just such an... The character design is just so interesting. What's that? Have we seen something like that before? Or I just didn't notice it? Oh, nice. Oh, super nice. Very rapid changes here. This time they're all in kind of like the same area. sick. Sick, right? Very sick. Look at this enemy, by the way. Man, I don't care, like if some person is able to carry one singular person in their arms as they're running, you're a beast for all times in the best way possible. You are someone who I have, like, you know, reverence for. Look at the size of this thing. It's gigantic. That's an interesting cut, isn't it? Because it's like very violent, but without actually showing ultra violence. You can feel it. Like this change here, which I always appreciate. Okay, this girl here just like literally blocking laser beams as well. She was kind of tainted, right? A little bit tainted. There's what I think is the best character. So again, I just have a soft spot for characters with jet black hair. I would say that this was more... Would I be right in saying that this was more rapid than before? Like in terms of like the visuals changing, there was a lot of like quick cuts and like there was like that moment there that we talked about, like the violence of it, and I appreciate that so much. Anything that can show ultra violence without actually showing it is very appreciated to me, because I think, like, you know, you have to show violence sometimes in your work, right? But like obviously I'm not someone who's like really into the idea of like, which is crazy because I like survival horror, but I love like being able to show like that in artistic ways, and that's really, really cool the way they did that. Yeah, quick shots. It looked like the girl that there was tainted towards the end, but all of it like really like is just like, you know, usually just really cool visuals accompanied with like a really, really great song, which is what we see from the Fate opening so far. And in this case, it's no different. Yeah, cool character designs as usual. Heaven's Feel OP is what it's called here as well. I haven't you know what's so crazy? There's so many animes I've seen in Robo Reacts, and like I'll be like, usually I like to watch anime like at the end of the night, like when it's like late at night, I'm in bed, I turn on an anime and I'm just like relaxed, like I'm just like, oh my god, I'm watching. But like some nights, like, you know, I get to a point where I'm like, I'm so tired, I don't want to just watch an anime really tired. So really, I'm like slowly getting through all the animes I want to watch. I'm watching Vinland Saga right now. I'm on season 2. I'm also watching Noragami as well when I can. So I haven't got a chance to see it yet, but I do think that it looks really, really neat, from my perspective anyway. Thank you so much for sending Solvix. It's really cool to see this again. The Fate stuff, I think, has really great... It almost feels like it's like the character designs you would see like in old animes, which like is not an insult, by the way. Like I just like some people yearn for the minds. I yearn for old anime sometimes. Yeah. Thank you. And actually, before I finish up for Solvix, I just want to say as well that like one thing that this opening was able to do as well, which was like it had all these like very quick cuts, which makes it more intriguing. Like I think while it doesn't have to have this stuff, like there's like those quick snappy cuts. Like there's a girl there that had this white cowl on or something, this white outfit on, and that's the type of thing that when I watch an OP, I go, "Who's that? What is that? Will this happen?" But it seems like in this opening, like a lot of like it's a lot more like, not depressing, but a lot more downtrodden, a lot more melancholic. And like things have changed. It seems like things have already changed. If that makes sense. But yeah, thank you, Solvix, for sending in. The next video sent in by Felicious Felix. And they said, this is one of my favorite Fontaine videos since we just finished the Narcissism Cruise. Let's check it out. It is the end of all Ame versus X Genshin Impact. Let's check it out. Oh my god, seeing it right away. That's how we're starting off with this. Lyris. Beautiful. Beautiful voice. Fontaine's just so stunning that like when people make like art about it, I'm like always just so impressed. Because it's like it's easy, I feel like, to interpret Fontaine's work and make it look good because Fontaine's amazing, but I'm also more impressed when people take it and put it in their own art style and make it their own. That's just impressive to me. Oh my god. No way! Oh my god, there's Renee and everyone. And there's them playing. That's their doom. That's the start of everything. They're actually adorable though. It's a stunning song as well. Oh my god, all those seeing it. Seeing the kids, before this goes, it's clearly building up to something. Seeing the kids is breaking my heart. Because again, I said it in the actual video as well when we did it on the Wake of the Narcissists. Like, it was just a bunch of kids who, a lot of them went down the wrong path, and a lot of them had their stories blocked. You know, the only one who really had their story like completed was Elaine. You know what I mean? Like, and we helped them complete their stories in some way. You know what I mean? It's oh, I didn't mean to skip it so far, yeah. It's depressing. You know, it's so sad. Holy hell. The Cataclysm, right? Holy hell! There's Farina as well. Of course, like, of course it's connected to the idea of the prophecy as well, right? Of course Farina's here. And there's Renee trying to stop the prophecy as well. This is why it depresses me. It's so sad to be seeing this. This is a great way of looking as well, because it shows exactly what the thing that makes me sad about that story. They were kids who went down the wrong path. Especially Jacob and Renee, you know? The sword, the holy sword. This is beautiful. There's Elaine. They said it's Elaine's world, and I think, like we said, it's such an amazing interpretation, like the idea that this is Elaine's world we're living in Fontaine. Oh my god, every time I see this, Novelette as well. This is beautiful. This is stunning. Can I say as well, Farina, the suffering that girl went through, every time I see anything to do with her, I clench my fist and I just want to be like, are you okay? Like, because she went through so much, right? But she's doing so, oh my god, she's doing amazing now. She's doing amazing now, and that's the thing, right? But like, I still see that story and it makes me so sad, but she is doing so fantastic. She's back at doing theater stuff. We saw with the event recently, she's doing she's doing like full consultancy work, full directing work. She's doing so good. She's making that own path for herself, and that was Jacob as well. Like, she's doing so good. I'm so happy for her. She's carving her own path. Without me, she don't need me. Oh my god, look at that with the chess pieces. And this child as well. Oh my god. This is beautiful. And is that Foslore dancing on the Doom clock? Stunning. Catter. Oh my god, it has such a dark, yeah, no, god. Oh my god, this is beautiful and depressing at the same time. And they change Renee's face. It depresses me. Those kids. How everything changed. Please leave the life I never had. Please live the, oh my god, there's subtitles at the bottom. I just missed it, guys, by the way. I was reading the automated ones. And this is her giving her new life. There's Catter as well with Lenore. It's showing all. Oh, there's a plague in. And he's gone. Yeah. That's the way I interpreted when he took a rest that time. That's the way I interpreted too. Beautiful video, by the way. Like, stunning video, really amazing stuff that just absolutely beautiful, like, artwork, beautiful music. The stories of Fontaine really is like, you know, that line, you know, please live the life I never had, really to me does sum up perfectly what this is, right? What this whole story is. And that is the fact that this is like a bunch of stories of people that could not move on, right? That could not get past their own. So even like, you know, Farina's a bit different because Farina obviously was gonna eventually break out the story. It just took 500 years. But the whole "please live the life I've never had." That line is literally probably, from my perspective, Renee saying to like everyone else, now that it's all over, please live that life that I never got to lead. I want to look at the lyrics like in more depth, just because I feel like I was very bad here, and I got so caught up on the visuals sometimes that I probably, you know, which is understandable. This is our new beginning. So I kind of want to look at some of the lyrics. And the Wheel of Fate, yeah. Look at these kids. Look at Renee in his little outfit. Yeah. The idea as well, like, is this what we were destined to do? There's no clarity on, like, what if this is the end, if this is our story, right? Like, it's such an incredible way of putting it. It's heartbreaking. This is stunning. And then asking, like, is there any way to end this? Like, again, because all their stories were never ending. It was never ending. Their stories were blocked. That sword is so amazing as well. I hope you understand me going through this again, because I was so, like, stunned by the visuals. Sometimes I like, and obviously the text was blocked as well by the automated song as well. Covering Renee with the watch as well. Is that Jake, by the way, is that Jacob dissolving people, by the way? Is that what that visual is? Because that's bad. That's bad. Regardless, no matter what, that is bad. Right? It's so bad. Again, the idea of destiny. Yeah. I'm glad I went and looked at the lyrics as well, because they do, like, it matches the story as well. This is an amazing scene as well. Yeah, and, like, that's what I was saying when I was, like, when I was talking about, like, this, you know, in the story as well. It's like, I can feel for Renee. Even at the end of the story, I can feel for Renee. I can feel for all these characters and feel for Jacob, because they never should have been on this path. But there's obviously, like, you know, you can't just excuse the stuff that they did. You can't, right? You can't excuse, like, all the stuff they were trying to do, because regardless, it still is bad. It doesn't matter if, they were trying to save the world 100%. But it's also like this case of, well, where, you know, as Anne said, you can still apologize. You can still apologize. It just breaks my heart, which is understandable. So when you see these kids and you're like, man, they should never have even been down this path. They really shouldn't have been even on this path in the begin with. And we kind of, like, came in and helped it out. Beautiful stuff, Felix, setting in there. Yeah, it's such an amazing interpretation of all this, and such a amazing way in, like, 3 minutes and 40 seconds of telling this story that I didn't think to be able to do, like, in just such a short amount of time. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much for sending this in. The next video sent in by Xiaolao, it's a Chrono story. This begins a long-term journey of sins. Check it out. Thank you for, okay, so yeah, seizure warning, by the way. I would cut to 6 minutes or 7 minutes from now, maybe even further. Yeah, thank you for putting that at the start of your video, Ryosota. Nice little visual with the stars all they got peeking out from, like, trees. Okay, so it's not the cry of birds. Interesting. Oh, interesting, because it's a lot of soothing things that turn out to be a little bit more dangerous, maybe, or, I guess. Oh, they're talking about the 7 sins, by the way. Oh, nice. That's a lovely chorus. but like obviously the lyrics are a little bit darker. We know that they burned, I guess, their false mother last time. Clockwork Lullaby V. Yeah, great great UI. No, I was gonna say UI, I'm so used to saying it about a game. Great like text here, I suppose. Or at least the looks of it. Interesting, we rarely have like 2D art that looks like it's from a book, not like from a book, but from like almost like a biblical book in a way, right? Which would make sense with the 7 deadly sins, I suppose. Makes perfect sense, I suppose. Release, okay, the release, yeah, release into the world. The time with the again, the apples with the babies. Such a cool visual. I love the... So the sins is a way to pass time, but I will say as well, like, yeah, these visuals are stunning. Had murdered their adopted parents, Adam and Eve, became the personification of 7 deadly sins, original sinners. So that's like the two, we know Adam and Eve, right? The idea of Adam and Eve, and the idea of the apples and the babies and all this stuff, the twins. Yeah. This all follows like a line in a story, I suppose. Beautiful art here. Stunning art. The most stunning we've seen so far with the series. Yeah. So I guess like if she has eternity as well, she's lost everything. Like what does she want? What does she want at this point if she's here forever? The witch who transcends time. That forest, man, that's where a lot of this stuff began, isn't it? It's a lot of these things began. Holy hell. Request to do something with the forest guardian spirit. The sorcerer Lucas set on a journey to collect them all. So to collect all the sins. The freaking girl again. Still complicated with all the characters, I think. It 100% is complicated. It is, but like it's fun to even like be confused sometimes, right? Because I've learned to like not just sit here just trying to be confused. Just talk about what you see on the screen. That's why I try to do with all these stuff. I just go like, that's what's here, that's what's that. I remember this from last time. So then like at least like if I am still confused, which by the way, these are all characters, by the way, we've known, right? Right? At least then, even if we are still confused, we're piecing some stuff together. That's a cool visual as well. Or at least we have something, right? So like, and I won't lie, it is confusing. It is so confusing sometimes watching this stuff. But I don't mind because I remember years ago someone said that to me, and I say it all the time in my videos. Confusion leads to more knowledge. It leads to more understanding. You know, I know that sounds weird. Like the idea of confusion leading to more understanding, but it's true. I do believe that if you are confused, it eventually means that you're going to break through the confusion and find some understanding at the end, even if it's something gets like a little bit of understanding. And so I'm so fine with being confused sometimes. Now, the only time I'm not fine with being confused is when I'm like, what was the name of that artist? What was the name of that actor? You know, I hate that stuff. Oh my God, it kills me. Oh, what was the name of him? Now that we have phones though, it's kind of crazy. When I was a kid and I didn't have the internet and stuff like that, like when you ask someone like, oh, what's it? Well, you know, what was the name of the actor? And you're like, oh God, and you just had to like sit there for days, and then someone like 3 days later like would come down and be like, Tom Hanks. I know Tom Hanks is a bad example because everyone knows Tom Hanks, you know, they'd be like James Caan, you know, which I always thought was like really, really funny, but nowadays it's just like, oh, let's look him up, you know. Yeah, no, interesting again, some incredible visuals this time with a really cool song as well. The chorus was really pretty at the start too. It's just like a really demented story with a lot of like serious downturns that like really is quite terrifying, really. Like a lot of the stuff is really quite terrifying because you don't know exactly what's going to be happening next with the story, and that like just makes it like even like more like confusing and I guess like hard to witness, not hard to watch, but it's like hard to, because you don't know what's gonna, you're like, it's like peeking around a corner in like a dark like alley or something. You're like, okay, what's around the corner? You know, you don't know what's coming with these stories. But I thank you, Shallow, for sending this stuff in. Even if I am confused sometimes, my interpretation of this is that like there was a separation of the 7 deadly sins. This immortal witch now, who lost everything, is now trying to find them and put them back together, is what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But please let me know if I am right or wrong, or if I have an interpretation, or if my interpretation is too loose. And it seems that the children burning their adoptive parents is what birthed those sins. At least from my perspective, anyway. Thank you, Shallow. The next video is sent in by Emerald. Fatui operatives. I don't think you fought the Wind operative, but you have seen them and just chose not to engage. Have I not? I was waiting to see if you would fight them, explore the areas while doing the Narcissus quest, but you didn't. You never did, so I know. Oh, maybe. Okay, when I was actually like collecting something, I think I saw one of those enemies. But we'll see anyway. But if we haven't, we'll I think I probably already have seen them, because again, like when you're collecting items, like there's enemies that are like always in the periphery, and they're in areas I've explored before. But I think sometimes enemies will be like, you hear the, and then the music starts and they come after you. Like I think maybe I might have seen them before, but we'll see. Because obviously I'm collecting flowers all the time too. I only stay in the places where I have the waypoints, because I want to explore new places with you guys as well. Let's check it out then. Genshin Impact Fatui operative voice lines. Emerald, these videos are doing quite well. These are Emerald's own videos, so continue to make them. Yeah, I've definitely seen these guys for sure.
Please appreciate.
They're very cool, like a very cool design. I think I might have fought this one at the end of a story quest. I could be wrong though.
Go on. Apologies.
By the way, sword hit to the knee is so sick. That thing, like right there, that's so sick. I imagine though, like by the time like she's like 40 years old or even 50, all that, if you're jumping on your knees every time to hit someone, it's probably gonna be very sore. Like, the way wrestlers jump on their knees sometimes with moves? I can imagine that, like, doing with sword attacks. Oh, wow. They're, like, being very polite in a very sadistic way, right? Like a pardon me. Berserker, by the way. Really cool movesets as well, right? I love the polite nature. It's hilarious.
The banquet is nearing its end. Joyous times flee.
Another rude lout. Ignorant and vulgar.
I have never seen this enemy, I don't think, actually. Yeah, I've never seen this enemy. And I think now, like, Emerald's kind of right. We're going to be doing some exploring and stuff like that, but I don't think at this point, because we probably won't see them, so it's probably going to see them here. I don't think I have seen them.
Considerate of me.
It's a really cool enemy, isn't it?
I've warned you. Savor the show in peace. Let my magic begin. A gift for you. A grand surprise. Having fun?
Yeah, and it's still like, again, this very, oh god, this very polite sadisticness, right? A polite sadist.
I can still... Let me try.
Enhanced local legend attacks.
We meet at last, meddler.
Meddler? Local legends is so interesting to me because people keep talking about the idea of local legends. I have no idea Like, I understand what they are from a perspective, but I think I've only seen like one.
Let my magic begin.
But I could be wrong.
How inconsiderate of me. Having fun? Enjoy. Savor the show in peace.
Again, very Fontaine coded, and there's Cookie coming out.
Warrior.
Shut up! Don't talk about Aether like that.
Let's
Oh,
organize
it's the next
a
video.
small
Okay, I was like, what's that? I was like, Emerald adding Farina to it. Well done. Yeah, very cool stuff. Really cool enemies. I love how polite they are. Like, it makes it more uncomfortable that they're so polite. They're almost like, you know, uncaring in the way that they work through things. Very, very neat. Very, very neat stuff as well. Hearing their dialogue. I would say scary. But like, it's scary in a sense where it's like, oh, they're so cool. It's like, why are you you're being so weirdly polite? It's almost like passive aggressive politeness, I suppose it is. Yeah, thank you, Emerald, for sending it in. That's really cool. And Emerald, yeah, the videos are doing well. I think you do a really good job with these. Putting the text in can't be easy because, man, that would be... I always see people putting text in their videos like that. I'm like, how do you spend the time doing that? But then again, I spent 13 hours syncing a World Quest video, so... Because World Quest, to me, is just as important as the Ark Conquest. And that's the way we look at it. And we'll look at it from the end of days. Thank you so much, Emerald. The next video is sent in by Hiyori, and it's a Fontaine characters being silly and weird featuring Free. I see Navi on the thumbnail. We're going to be very happy. Let's go.
Let's organize a smaller scale private dance.
Heck yeah.
You don't need to invite throngs of people or put up fancy decorations. We can simply let the world be our stage.
Heck yeah.
And dance whenever
Sweetheart.
and
Absolute
wherever
sweetheart.
the mood takes us. Well, come on. Don't just stand there. Take some initiative.
May I invite you to the dance?
Twould be my pleasure.
That's so cool. Oh my god.
You do know how to dance, don't you?
Kind of.
The wind is really picking
I do.
up. Whoa,
Cheeky.
That was close. If this wind blows my hat off, all the props I keep inside it would come tumbling down onto my head. All my magic cards!
Oh no.
Wait, no,
I thought he was
not
just
that way.
joking, but he's very serious.
Come back! Come to Linny!
Come to Linny.
Our shows, I'm usually Linny's assistant. Because I never speak or change expressions, people often mistake me for a puppet. This kind of misunderstanding can prevent unnecessary social interactions.
There you go.
So it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, go on.
She says
We love
my
it. Oh, there's Navia.
Unorthodox ideas always give her a lot of inspiration for her work. And from what I can tell, I think she means it. Still, she drew the line at my request for a 10-meter tall top hat.
Oh.
Missed opportunity, if you ask me.
I think so too, Navia. Someone make her a 10-foot tall top hat.
Imagine seeing one of those in front of the shop. It would be a great way to draw in customers.
Oh, not for you. Okay.
Well, I
Still
do
though.
possess some stereotypical Fontainian looks. When you're an orphan, you can never really be sure where you're from. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a dip in the primordial sea one of these days just to check.
Sure.
Allow me to introduce the one and only Monsieur.
So is he talking about? He's literally saying like, I'm to check if I'm actually from Fontaine.
You can
I'm
never
gonna
really be
go into
sure
the
where you're
primordial sea.
from.
Please do not.
Who knows? Maybe I'll take a dip
Please
in
do
the
not, Rio.
primordial sea one of these days just to check.
Allow me to introduce the one and only Monsieur Verite. He's not just any
She's
camera.
amazing.
He's my trusty companion
She's so
and
fun.
assistant. See his little hat and bow tie?
It's beautiful.
Oh, I had those custom made by Chiori.
Yeah.
Pretty neat, huh? I've got loads of other outfits for him too, all in different styles. He comes dressed to impress for every interview, whatever the occasion.
Fontaine.
I think Charlotte is an underrated one. Like, cause I thought Navi is the MVP, but if there's someone who's like the underrated MVP of Fontaine, it's Charlotte.
Does have some rather intriguing laws on its books. For instance, it is forbidden to release any flying objects during the first 3 days of each month. During the dry season, all bivalves that wash ashore belong to the Hydro Archon.
Are you serious?
While all other mollusks belong to the people. No domestic pets shall be named after Farina. Tomato ketchup is to be consumed in restaurants only as a condiment, never on its own.
Bad day for people who just drink ketchup.
Finally, Melusines are to be addressed using she, her pronouns, never the impersonal it, its. That last one was my personal contribution.
Yes.
At home, Linny's always showing.
Look at this sweetheart. Look at this
me his
sweetheart.
magic tricks.
Whenever I smile, he grins excitedly and says the audience is definitely going to love this one.
That's amazing.
Do I really smile so rarely?
Honestly, don't take that as a bad thing. Like, he appreciates your critiques, and you're a sweetheart. You're an absolute sweetheart. Genuinely a sweetheart. No, that's amazing. That's amazing seeing all this stuff there as well. I love like them when they're just so silly in their voice and adds so much to their characters too. Like hearing Navi just wanted a 10-foot tall top hat in front of Jory's workplace. But also even just hearing Farina like wanting to dance, Linny like chasing his cards down the street. And then of course I knew about these laws, the idea that you can't call a Melusine an it. Which makes perfect sense. I made the mistake one time by accident saying it, and I felt so terrible. I think it's just when it was early on, like you don't know what the creatures are, you know what I mean? And then like you find out like they're just like a part of society, and I would destroy anyone who. Now it's so funny. Now I'm like, if anyone says it, I'm gonna kill you, dead. Yeah, it's in Minecraft. Yeah, it's so great. I love seeing the type of stuff. It's just very funny, very sweet. Fontaine characters are just like funny and sweet, and yes, they have darker sides to them, of course they do, but like the general vibe I always get from Fontainian characters is just like I would love to be around them. I really would. Thank you so much for sending Hori. That's awesome once again to see the type of stuff. The next video is the character teaser for Xianyun, and it is sent in by Primo Hiko. And let's check it out. I'm super excited to see it as well. The demo was freaking awesome. I'm sure the teaser will be just as good. Or maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be terrible.
Huh?
No, it won't.
A story about Master?
They're too good at this stuff. Got you!
Let me think. Master's a great inventor. When I was a child, she made all kinds of toys for me.
Aw. Oh my god, baby Ganyu! You need to stop right now! You need to cease this second. Cease this! Oh, she looked at something she wanted? She made her one.
Too advanced for me. But they always showed me how much she cared.
Yeah, she's making like the most advanced toys in the world. That's so awesome. That's so sweet. And there's Shenhe.
You want to hear a story about Master?
They're so appreciative of Xianyun.
Master might say she likes peace and quiet.
Yep.
But she doesn't mind getting
Expose her.
visitors
You're
on
right.
Malcolm's
She loves a visitor.
In truth, she does get lonely if no one ever goes to see her.
She literally is like the mother that is like, it's like, go on then, get out of here. And then when you leave, she's like, why haven't they come to visit? Such a sweetheart.
Cloud retainer, you say?
Beautiful voice. Beautiful face.
Yes, I know a tale or two. There was a time when she preferred to appear in human form and was revered as a bold and decisive figure.
Music's so pretty.
We've never seen her in that form before.
Well, we did. We eventually did. The nails as well. I never noticed that. Oh my god. She's looking around to see if anyone saw her sneeze.
Who speaks about one behind one's back?
Yes, yes, because there's
very soon.
There's that thing of like when someone sneezes, they like, it's like someone's talking about you. They do that joke in Haikyuu all the time when someone talks about Oyakawa, like Oyakawa sneezes and stuff like that. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. But yeah, what I love so much about the Xianyun teaser here is that it embodies her personality perfectly. A character who is like very sweet, very helpful, maybe probably the biggest overachiever you could talk about, someone who overachieves all the time, but also like is trying to maintain this feeling about themselves, this kind of like adeptus figure about themselves, but is sometimes I suppose they let the masks drop because they are genuinely caring. They care about their children. They care about us. They care about company. And you can see that all here as well. And I love the sneeze at the end. That's so sweet. Of course, the Adeptus would find out that people were talking about them. Of course they would. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Thank you so much for sending in Primo Hiko. I love seeing these teasers. They're so amazing. They're so sweet. So awesome. Such a great character. Such a great story quest as well. I cried so much during that story quest. And this teaser, and well, the teaser as well, because it's just more of the story of the character themselves as well, really embodies what I think about Xianyun, which is like a really respected character who does have respect for everyone else, but is always trying to make sure that everyone else is very comfortable, does care about the world so much to the point that they would destroy a whole place for, someone. Like if someone hurt Ganyu, they're done. You know what I mean? Even though Ganyu can defend themselves, same with Shenhe, same with probably us at this stage as well. When she told us, oh my God, that she was like, I know you've gone through so much. It was so heartbreaking, but it's so sweet. Thank you so much for sending in. The next video is sent in by S. Minako, and it's a Wanderer and Raiden Shogun's trailer similarities. Oh, this is very interesting. Let's check it out. So starting off with a bird. Oh my God, Umineko. I love Umineko so much. And of course, I love Vaughn like to death as well.
Centuries pass without change. Deep in the heart of the city stands the lofty abode of the Raiden Shogun.
Can I just say, I know people have their opinions on Inazuma, and you're allowed to have your opinions on Inazuma. I would die for Inazuma. I would go to war for Inazuma. You know what I mean? I definitely would. Actually, you know what I sound like there? It sounds like I'm quoting Goru, I really would. I love that region so much. I love the story so much. Look at the Raiden Shogun.
And sees a world mired in impermanence.
So cool. So cool.
By mighty lightning, she rules over the transients.
Too big.
Trivial yearning and petty passion. They vanish like a mist, but the Shogun pursues.
This is an interesting video because I wonder what the other similarities, and maybe some of them I won't even notice. Oh my God, at the same time they both blocked the attack. Or at least they both attacked at the same time. They both showed up with their texts at the same time. Oh my God, it's so cool. I love it. They are very, in the way they show to the camera after they finish fighting, they are kind of similar, aren't they? They even stopped in slow motion at the exact same time. The circle at their back as well appeared also at the same time. That's so sick.
Can only survive with an underlying reality. Reality is the stillness buried deep in.
I look forward to that.
I look forward. He's so sick. He's so sick. Very cool. Yeah, there are so many similarities. The Raiden Shogun, but I'm just not the similarities are cool, but is it bad if I'm also just man, the Raiden Shogun character demo music is probably a top 5, right? That's the sort of thing I'm noticing right now too.
You were looking for trouble. Huh?
So sick.
You seem
we're done here.
Woven from the
Next time you're looking for directions, I suggest you find your own way.
No, that's so sick. I obviously didn't know those similarities, but people told me something they are very similar stuff beforehand, but I didn't even realize that was there were so many similarities. Even on a surface level, there's so many similarities. I can kind of appreciate, and also I lament about it as well, how, because I think it takes a lot of restraint for what Genshin does. Genshin does this amazing thing where they don't. It would be so easy to make constant stories where they could do a whole other story quest with Vaughn and Kazuha, with Vaughn and the Raiden Shogun. They could have done all this stuff, but they didn't. The restraint that shows is insane, right? Because if to not want to, because again, I would eat it up if they did it right now. I'd eat it up, but to not do it right away where they had a reunion. Like, to me, that's just like, in a way, it's just like, it's like such respect almost, because it's like, I want that. I want to see all these, I would love to see these reunions. Actually, maybe not actually. I say it now, but it probably would hurt. They all would hurt so bad. But you get what I'm saying? Like, these different, like, interactions. Like, people from the outside, again, look at Genshin as something that is, like, because I know people think it's cheesy, right? Because they never played it. They never played it, and they think it's cheesy because it's like an anime-style game. They don't understand that, like, they have some of the most, like, cool story beats ever of Kazuha moving on, of Vaughn moving on, but also saying, I'll always look behind my back to see if Kazuha was coming. All these really cool storylines. Talking how, like, the separation between the Raiden Shogun and Vaughn is permanent, right? It's a permanent change. It's not like this thing that's going to reconcile. It's such a good story beat because you'd expect them to have some reconciliation, but they haven't yet. Even if they do have one down the line, they've shown so much restraint for so long with this stuff. It's impeccable, but I love seeing this type of these visual. Again, I'm using your videos as soapbox, so I love seeing these visual similarities. Such a cool idea. I love seeing character similarities, and especially in like character demos. It's something I didn't even expect it to be this close with some of the things. Some of it's obviously different, but they can't just have like this exact same demo. But yeah, very, very cool stuff in the visual aspect of it. Thank you so much for sending in. Minako. Next up is a piano cover sent in by Malcolm Condeh, and I think I'm going to be very into this one, I'll be honest. They say, as a hobby pianist, I'm biased and saying the piano is my favorite instrument. This song represents all the memories I've had watching your videos from Amori to Danganronpa to Detroit Become Human, etc. So this is the song, so it's Eternity Memory of Light Waves. This was the outro to my videos, even for up until like a couple of months ago. The only reason it changed is because like I put in the lyrics version of it, which is called Morning Glory, I believe it's called. That's the only reason it's changed. But this is still the same song. I'm thinking of changing it back sometimes just because like I miss the old one a lot as well. Even though people love the new one too, I think the old one like really means a lot to me. And not old one, I mean like it's been like, I would say only 4 months since I've had like the vocal version of it. But yeah, this also represents the channel to me too. But let's check it out. And Malcolm, I appreciate it so much that anyone could even associate the song with my channel. It's insane to me. Because this is, to me, a very formative song to me. So you can still hear the beat of the outro we have now. It's so gorgeous. It's stunning. It's one of the it's a top 5 song all time, easily. Maybe top 3 for me. And I never get tired of hearing it when my outro music plays. Stunning. It's so beautiful. I'm tearing up a little bit. Because this does represent my channel as well. You know what I mean? It does for me also. I have been doing this for a long time. And I think this became... I don't remember the exact time, but I think it was... I wish I could find the first video I used this in. It's stunning. It's so pretty. I remember when I used it. I do remember when I used it for the first time, though. It was when I really started having a lot of people be like, "What's your outro song?" And that's a good sign. And I still have me worshipping, Zelda, as everyone should. You know what I mean? As the outro. Stunning. As a little tidbit, as we're listening to this, if you don't mind me saying this, Malcolm, because I'm just gonna let it play because it's so beautiful. But Gorgeous. I use the orchestrated version, the more live version, as my outro sometimes, or I used to, because it's not copyrighted. But now it's no longer copyrighted because they want people to listen to the music, so they changed all the rules. It used to be like that it would get copyrighted if you put it in a video, I believe, if I remember correctly. Because I remember trying to use it one time and it got copyrighted. Then I used the orchestrated version and it didn't get copyrighted. So, but now it's no issue whatsoever. The Final Fantasy music is like so. They never copyright everything because it took a while, but they understand now. It's so pretty. So pretty. Danganronpa, man. I miss Danganronpa, you know? I miss it a lot. Stunning. Stunning. So stunning. I miss Danganronpa a lot. Beautiful. They're playing this so well as well, by the way. Something I can never do. The piano to me is a god tier instrument. That and the harp, I can't grasp my head around it. I really can't. How anyone could even learn to play it. It is a tough instrument, in my opinion, to play. It's funny because when I played the guitar, gorgeous, and before I learned to play the guitar, so pretty. I thought it was magic. Someone playing, transitioning to 4 chords, and now when you do it, it's like the easiest thing in the world, you know? I wonder if it's the same with the harp and the piano. This is a stunning interpretation of it as well, to be honest. Takes me back. Whew. Such a stunning interpretation, right? Like, it's so pretty. Like, this is from Final Fantasy X, of course, is my second favorite. No, my second or third favorite game of all time. It usually swaps between that and Nier Replicant. And it's really hard to knock it off its pedestal, guys. It really is. You don't know how much that game means to me. And X2 is just like, has some of the most stunning music you've ever seen in your life, or you heard in your life, I should say. Jesus, so talented. So talented. It's like almost like confirming my love for this song. How can you, I think it's just magic being able to play a song like this. I know maybe I'm just like from a different background, but that's just how I feel. It really is just so pretty. Now, can they see this and that's what they're like adapting to this and playing it like Guitar Hero? Because that's amazing. Because even still, like, I wouldn't be able to do it. Are you kidding me? Like, I could just watch the hands of someone playing a song like this and still be amazed. Yeah, I can't get over this interpretation of this song. And the full interpretation of the full, you know, the full version. It's amazing, the full version they're doing here. I might play the actual... the intro that I used all the time, and the intro, so you guys can see it if you'd like after this. I think as well, like, this song, even though it's Final Fantasy X-2, it reminds me so much of just Final Fantasy X. It is Final Fantasy X to me, you know what I mean? When I think of it, I think of Final Fantasy X. And both the games, right, that just means so much to me. Stunning. So stunning. It doesn't have to end if you don't want to. You can keep it going. Please. Please keep it going. And like how it's fading as it's getting more quiet as well is amazing. So amazing. Did such a fantastic job with that. First of all, I want to say that is amazing, Malcolm, that you could even say that you associate that with me is incredible. It's like I don't think you understand. By the way, it's Morning Glow is the name of the song. Morning Glory is the Oasis thing. I don't know why I said Morning Glory. Morning Glory, that's Oasis. It means the world to me, that anyone could even like nearly think of that song and then associate it with my channel. And I have the best audience in the world, and saying stuff like that to me just like puts everything into perspective. When I hear someone say something like your channel got me through the day, or your channel got me through this, it like literally motivates me to keep going forever, man. And like, did I think when I was a kid that like one of my favorite series, a song from that game would be tied to me? No. This video was amazing. The way they actually put everything together, the music of it, like obviously the interpretation of it was amazing on its own. But like how long they went for, how like it had so many beautiful ebbs and flows in the song as well. Just a really talented musician as well, an unbelievably talented musician. And I'll show you what the original is like as well, guys, if you want to hear. This is where I got it from. This is the intro to Final Fantasy X-2. Like, look how stunning this is. Katase, one of the greatest of all time. The greatest JRPG, creator of all time. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? It's so good. It's so good. I'm ruining it just by singing along. It's so good. I'm gonna start, bawling that someone associates this song with my channel. It's so good. It's so stunning. Yeah, no, you've made my day. Thank you so much for even saying that. That means the absolute world to me, Malcolm. Thank you so much for showing me that as well. I feel very, very blessed that I have an audience that is this nice. I appreciate it to the moon and the back. Yeah. Because that, again, the piano playing was fantastic. I like, it's also really cool to understand that, like, but like, I'm sorry that I'm just stopped on the fact that you said that you associate this with my channel. It's so amazing. And like, someone said it to me before as well that they did as well. And I'm blown away. I'm gonna like, and actually my cat actually is calling to me for a second. So actually might be a good, a regrouping method is to go talk to my cat and see what they want. I'll be back in a second, guys. My cat was indeed hungry. Thank you so much, Malcolm, for sending that in. It was amazing. Thank you. The next video is sent in. Let's check here now. The next video is sent in by Katsith. So Hoyo made a series of videos called the Liyue Cuisine Collection. The first one in the series features bamboo shoot soup, a dish mentioned by Cloud Retainer and Zhongli in a request. And also, the dish players helped Zhongli prepare during the Lantern Ride, where Hu Tao invited, amongst other characters, 100%, I remember this actually, Xiao to dinner. I believe Mori Kitchen did a more home-cooking friendly version of this. But yeah, it's certainly a dish for special occasions. Yes, 110%. I remember them talking about this. It sounded amazing. Just the way this, bamboo shoot soup sounds incredible. Let's check this out. Hoyo voice, Hoyo voice, Hoyo voice. Man, it sounds so amazing, doesn't it already?
The much-loved, slow-cooked bamboo shoot soup is a classic Liyue dish passed down by our ancestors.
Heck yeah.
The traditional method insists on using the highest quality ingredients and cooking them slowly and patiently to bring out that signature taste.
They're doing hunting in the background here.
This dish comes with thousands of years of culinary culture behind it. I'm sure even Rex Lapis himself must have been.
Is this so interesting? This is the second last video of Roma Reacts. Thank God, because I'm making food later. I'm making food in about 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Thank God. Because it's going to make me so hungry. Oh no. This is going to look so good. The sounds even. Oh my God. So putting on top of some meat. What type of meat is that? Oh, pork belly. Some ginger. Look at the chicken. Not having the best day of their life, I'll tell you that much. Look at this, even the steam looks good. Are you kidding me? Oh, they're doing this like slow, very slow process, right? Because it's slow cooking, right? I believe chicken feet as well is a delicacy as well, and it can be very nice. I think you like suck on them. I think. That's just what I learned from Olivia Sway, Ham, when I watched Smosh. She's a Chinese American. Amazing comedian. With a beautiful perspective on the world. So cool. This is legitimately so cool. Because again, yeah, it's not home cooking, right? Like, you're going to have to do it in a different way. Some lard. Interesting. This is gonna taste divine. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's stunning. No wonder, like this is why I will never ever allow anyone to insult Paimon about the food in in Tevat. You know, when she's so excited for it. Oh, Paimon, you love food so much. Yeah! Look at this! Come on! Paimon, you love eating. I would too! If this was everything that was on the menu. I still do love eating though. Even the setting here as well is gorgeous. Almost looks so freaking good. With some oranges on the side. Really stunning. Really stunning stuff. Katse, thank you so much for sending in, because again, I love seeing cooking videos. I love seeing what they're able to do with this stuff. And in this, yeah, it was less of a home cooking thing and more of like a like gourmet. It is gourmet. Like it is gourmet type food. But it's still really It's cool seeing that type of stuff. For me, like I love cooking. I love being able to cook. But even seeing like this type of way of cooking is so interesting to me, because we have, like, I feel like a lot of people, when they think about food from the past, they hear about it in their history books. And if you look at food from the past in like my country in Ireland, potatoes and milk was like the basic thing that everyone ate, because it gave all your vitamins and your minerals you need and all this stuff. But then you look at cuisines from all over the world throughout history, and it's like, man, some of that stuff was amazing. Some of the stuff was so impressive. I love the way they did this. It felt like I was like in a different world. It felt like I was in Genshin, seeing this guy make this food. I would devour that. If I could, I probably could make something like that, but I need bamboo shoots. That's the only thing. I don't know how readily available they will be. But thank you so much, Katze, for sending in. The last video for Roma Reacts is What's Your Damage? Okay, I'm skipping a few songs right now, but I don't want to show you one of the twice most iconic songs. I want to show you one of the twice most iconic songs and one of the most iconic K-pop music video songs ever. What is Love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. That's what they said, by the way. But I sang it. Let's check it out. Here we go. Okay, this is like instantly sweet, instantly colorful, instantly popping. Nah, this is a nice video. How long ago was this? 6 years. Wow. What the frick? This almost has 1 billion views. Your hair is incredible. Look at this hairstyle. Stunning. No, but I said before with the Twice girls, their hair is impeccable, and I hope they've got it done by a stylist, because then it makes me feel better about my hair, that my hair is not even close to something like this. And my hair is long. Well directed as well. Oh my god. Is this like a dance battle, or they're dancing with each other? Wait, subtitles, so sorry. Let's go back. So sorry, I was just so distracted because the actual, like, the visuals popped right away. So there's how about watching something, right? My heart pound smells of hope. Man, relatable, right? Relatable. As when you watch this stuff, man. When I used to play Final Fantasy X, this is what I was feeling. I was like, maybe one day. This is a really good song, by the way. The chorus is really, really catchy. By the way, like, this is like the one of those times I was like, sometimes I'm like, man, like, it depresses me the fact that, like, since I'm like a boy, right? I'll never look this cool. Like, for some reason, like, more feminine, I guess, even though, like, you know, people would say I have some feminine traits. More feminine, I guess, like, women, or I guess, like, even, like, any woman. Like, when they wear a suit, it's, like, the coolest thing ever. I don't know what it is. Like, Phoebe Bridgers in a suit. You know what I mean? It's like, I look at it, I'm like, I look at the girl in the suit here, and I'm like, I will never be this cool. And that depresses me. It's impossible for me to be this cool looking. It looks so cool. Oh, the angel outfit as well. Romeo and Juliet, are you kidding me? Stunning! 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 They're playing all the... Wait, is it different movies? Or it is? I think it is, but I'm not going to get all of them. I'm really not. Okay, this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? No, that's not what it's called. What's it called? What's it called? Oh god, no, I need to pause for a second. What's it called? The one with La La Land. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is very different. It's La La Land, right? Am I wrong? I love the way they're just playing all the characters. This is so cool. No, this is awesome. Like the way the camera's dancing with them as well. Like obviously very intentional. The outfits are incredible, girls. They're amazing. I'll never be this cool. I'll never look this cool. I'll never look this elegant. Look at this. Sounds amazing. You're all stunners, girls. You're all stunners. Are you kidding me? This part. I talk about the bouncy vocals that they do as well. What the hell? Oh, it's like one of those TV shows. Oh, she's doing like an ad for like the Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Monroe. This is sweet. This is so sweet. Show yourself. I'm set already. So this is the one with that movie is the one with what's the actress's name? Oh, what's her name? Anne Hathaway? Is it? I'm probably getting all these wrong. Just correct me if I am. Yes, it is. I think it's one with Anne Hathaway. I love the way they're all like watching this together. This is so sweet. This is an amazing video. Oh no. And that's Ghost, by the way, the one with the clay. I just realized that now. That's Ghost. They're so good at dancing as well. I could have watched that for ages. For ages. And there's another song there coming up as well by Wonder Girls, Tell Me. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie I'm trying to think of for that one, because again, I haven't seen a few of these, but what's the name of the thing? Princess Diaries. That's it. Anne Hathaway Princess Diaries, which is like I always thought, like I remember as a kid when I saw this for the first time, when they did a makeover scene on her, and it's like, wow, she's pretty now. But like as a kid, I remember literally like saying to one of my friends when we were like, because I think I did see it, like my sisters probably watched it or something, but I remember everyone knows the iconic transition scene, even if you haven't seen it. I remember being like, she's already like stunning, man. What the hell? Like she already like is a pretty girl, you know? Which I always think is like very like funny, you know, because you know when you see transition scenes when you're like, it's like not really a crazy transition to like, you know, but I guess like it's like more conventionally, you know, whatever. Really amazing video, great choreography, really fun lyrics. I love that they were mimicking a lot of movies as well that I didn't get at first, but then I saw like Ghost, like La La Land, Princess Diaries, all these really, really fun things as well that probably some of them I didn't even get as well. I thought one of them was going to be Twilight for a second, but I could be wrong. Honestly, What's Your Damage? I can see exactly why people would call that video iconic. That was an icon, that like beautifully shot, beautiful all the way through. The girls are always like, they have these amazing choreography, amazing outfits, so it always like works really well with that stuff too. But it's just a beautiful video and a really fun video as well. Like you could watch it over and over again. I could have watched it for 10 more years. I really could have. With that though, guys, that's the end of Rome Reacts for this week. Happy New Year, by the way. Have a great week. Have a great time. I know I'm gonna have a great time. It's Zhongli's birthday, and I appreciate him so much. And I thank you all for being patient last week. I decided to take last week off because obviously this is the longest thing I do. It takes 8 hours every week minimum to make this video happen. On a rare occasion, we get everything by without any copyright issues. But here's the thing with copyright issues, by the way. You never know what will get hit. And I always say that to people to pay, because patrons are always like, oh my God, I'm sorry if my video got hit. You need to understand something. I'm doing this. You guys support me. I'm doing this so you guys can send in videos and like whatever you want to send in. The copyright issues come as a part of it. That's the whole idea. They come as part of this. It'd be silly to be like, you know, to make a reaction series and pretend that it's not going to have like a copyrighted video. And you never know what's going to get copyrighted, by the way. Some weeks it'll be like you could send in 5 like anime intros, and on the 6th one it gets copywritten, but then nothing else would get copywritten. You know what I mean? I want to say thank you so much to Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, Malcolm Condeh, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, Alpaca Juice, Eopsy, Xana Whatever, and True Peanut Butter. And guys, I will see you all later on for tonight's Stardew Valley video. But also, we're doing Arlekenio's story quest this week. We're doing some Chenyu Vale exploration with the World Quest in Chenyu Vale. The new banner is out this week. And we're reacting to the Lantern Rite 2024.